however you like. There you go. Yeah, you gotta be right up on there. Straight. You got an adjustable arm, girl.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to the attention deficit. Deficit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Welcome to the Attention Deficit Podcast. My name is Shy. That is Shell.
Hey.
So yeah, we're gonna just run through a myriad of topics. I'm gonna talk as to why I named this the attention deficit. The attention deficit. Why can't I speak now? I've been saying this.
I think it's because I'm here. Is that the truth?
Maybe that may be why.
Here. Tell the truth. It's okay. These
Try to
things
move.
happen.
Yeah, try to move the mic a little bit closer.
Okay.
No, twist the arm. There you go.
How about now?
It's still a little bit low.
Faint? It's too faint?
I may have to adjust this.
You're good. All right. How about now?
There we go.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, I'm gonna talk as to why I thought about the Attention Deficit Podcast. The name of it. Someone asked me that earlier today. Like, why did I name it that? I said I would touch on it when we spoke. But again, there's gonna be about 8 to 10 topics and random shit talking. But if you want to introduce yourself,
I would love to. So, hello everybody. My name is Shal, short for Michelle. Via Kicks on Tricks on Instagram. Getting to be a closer friend to my to this great guy here.
Oh, don't call me great. They think I'm a scumbag.
AKA Soul Lord. So this should be fun. This should be a good time. I'll tell you right now, we have different views on a lot of things, so this should be pretty good. I'm in for a good time.
Yeah, I mean, having different views on things is not a bad thing.
Not at all.
If you respect someone's views on something, it works in your favor. So, the reason why I threw out the name Attention Deficit Podcast was because my memory is real sporadic. So, if we're talking about one thing, it will trigger a memory for something else, and I would go off on a tangent with that. And it's like I have ADD when it comes to certain things. So if I'm talking, if you can talk to me about Taco Bell, and I will bring up something that has to do with like a murder or somewhere. I'm like, oh well, this triggered this to me, and you be looking at me like, what? That has nothing to do with what we just talked about. Okay. So it plays into that. You know, I'm a big Wale fan.
Yes.
Wale's first album,
yes,
Attention Deficit. You every so often you're in the DMV.
Yes, pretty frequently. This is so.
Yeah, we communicated based upon, I want to get his name correctly, the rapper.
From DMV?
No. I posted Preem the Prez album, and I was listening to a song with your Busy. So
yes.
that's how we got acquainted over social media. Was
right.
Busy's feature on Preem the Prez's album, and then you told me that his album was coming out, I think the following week.
Yes.
And I gave it a listen, and I spoke to you about it, and then we also ended up having a common friend, acquaintance, Dino.
Yes, that's right.
The mysterious man that no one ever finds.
Hey,
and then
Dino.
What's up, Dino? If you don't know who Dino is, that is Bolt Sneaker Snow on Instagram and Twitter. The one that be leaking everybody's info from Nike to Under Armour and has a partnership with
sneaker brand's worst enemy.
Yes, but has a deal with the sneaker brand. But yeah, Dino was that person we all connected to. But I want to run back to Busy's album because that is something that we connected on. And that was like the first inkling that we had a connection via music.
Yes.
Because we have a similar taste in music, but it also differs.
This is so.
But that album was like a linchpin really quickly because we both gravitated. You put me onto that album and I gravitated really well because of the style of music that he had. And I enjoyed it because it reminded me of a lot of different elements of different artists that I like. And for a new artist to have that, I won't say aged flow or aged storytelling, but to be able to tap into something so deep so early was dope. So I do appreciate you putting me onto that album, and that gave us the linchpin of speaking and chilling and speaking and just like communicating over music in general. We also went to Big Sean's concert together.
We did. We did.
I want to get your take on that. What did you think?
I had fun. I had a good time. That album, I actually really enjoyed that album compared to others. I will say in the beginning, I wasn't as attracted to Big Sean musically. I had people around me who, been rocking with him since mixtapes. But for me, he just wasn't clicking there for me. But this last album definitely caught my attention. His album with Jhené Aiko definitely also caught my attention as well. So I enjoyed myself. The set was perfect. Someone who enjoys looks. He did his thing on the looks. His deal with Puma. He's putting it together very well. It was great. We sat a row in front of his family, so it was nice to turn around and see, the element of his parents being there. In a New York show that was sold out. That's a big deal. So it was definitely a good time. I always thank you. That was your treat. So
That's not a problem.
Not a problem.
I do have a question. So you touched on the Puma deal. I wanna jump on that. I'm just gonna put a pin in that because I'm gonna end up forgetting. But I want to go back. So this album is what really sold you on Big Sean.
Yes.
So to me, it's weird because Big Sean's first album was one of my favorites. Finally Famous. It's funny because I always associate specific albums with other albums and a period of time of what I went through. So when Finally Famous came out, I remember this clearly because Finally Famous came out, Adele's 21 came out, and the third album was Chris Brown's Fame. And to me, that was a trio of fire music, R&B, and rap, and then a mixture of R&B pop with Chris Brown. And it was like you got the best of all three worlds. And with Adele, I always make the joke that she made a country hate a man that never killed anyone because that album was talking about her ex. Big Sean's Fame album was I want to say right after the Rihanna or right before the Rihanna. Was Forever on that album? We can actually pull that up. Where's my phone? But it was around that time where it's either before or after Rihanna, and he was on a hot streak. And then Big Sean came out, and it was, okay, this guy has something here. And on that album, he had a bunch of songs on there, which was dope to me. And I'm going to run through a couple of them that I enjoyed. And you know me, like, for some reason, a linchpin in specific albums that I enjoy is always that end track. And Drake has really pulled that from me with a couple of those final tracks. So with Big Sean, the final track, one of the final tracks was it Live This Life? Oh, it was number 9 on his album. It was Memories with John Legend. And that song, for some reason, I enjoy when the artists have a touching song like that, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna give you my
A look on their personal.
Yes, it's like I'm gonna drop my guard and here, take this. And I appreciate that. But on that album, it's Do It. I'm reading them in order. Do It, My Last, Don't Tell Me You Love Me, which I actually love. Wait for Me with Lupe Fiasco, Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay with Kanye West, and Roscoe Dash. I'm Dance, aka Ass with Nicki Minaj. I ain't gonna get on Nicki Minaj right now. Get It, Memories, which has John Legend on it. High has Wiz Khalifa and Chitty Bang. Live This Life with a Dream, So Much More Than Ass remix. So I guess they have Ass and Ass remix, but they both have Nicki Minaj on it. Whatever. But yeah, I gravitated towards that album because that album was like too dope to me. As your debut album, you put that much work in it, and you work with No ID closely. So I enjoyed that. But I think to me, the album that really said, okay, I'm gonna give you my personal was Dark Paradise Sky, or however you say it. That
That was
album.
actually no. So you caught me in a lie there. That one actually was the one
Lie
that
number
sold
one
me.
I caught.
Yeah, yes. There you go. Keep 'em count. Yeah, I actually forgot about that album. For me, with Big Sean, it actually wasn't body of work. It was more of style. You know, the whole Detroit player, fast rapping, and like in the beginning, I'm a person who I look at an artist as a whole.
Okay.
So I need to feel you got your whole picture together.
Okay.
And I didn't feel in the beginning Big Sean knew who he was, where he wanted to be, you know, personal life, style life, you know, affiliations, you know, being able to stand on his own, so forth. So it took some time. And, you know, I'll associate that with also like someone to kind of give you a better picture, like Cole.
Okay.
I didn't hop on Cole, mixtape Cole. A lot of people did. And I didn't hop on mixtape Cole because of the same thing. I didn't feel like he knew who he was as a person yet. So
Okay.
for Sean, it was the same thing. I liked Big Sean more of a feature artist. I feel like he did
Okay.
his thing when he did features for people. He was killing. But then a full body of work, it was Dark Skies. Dark Skies was really good.
So here's a funny thing about me with Cole. So growing up, I want to say really growing up. I was like 19, 20, around that age. And the running joke with me was my brother loved Max B. My brother loved like real street artists. And they were like, oh, Shy, listen to this. And one note, my answer to them always was when they told me about street artists, I'm not listening to them till they get a deal. And that was literally around that time. It was you weren't no one until you got a deal. The independent artist wasn't
Yeah,
really
wasn't
someone
respected.
correct. So it was like
Yeah.
I'm not listening to them until they got a deal.
Yeah.
And that was my benchmark. If someone's willing to put money behind you, you're good enough to get put on. But now that landscape has
It's
changed.
opposite, actually.
Correct.
If you can back yourself without a deal,
You're
then
you're
more-
great.
Yeah.
And with Cole, I didn't listen to Cole until his first album. I listened to I think Friday Night Lights, was it?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what got me to like Cole and actually love him as an artist. It was a song he made that was called Sea World, and it was for a little girl that was murdered in North Carolina. Her name was Shania Davis. And he made a song based around that song, and it touched me that an artist that's on the up and come up. I believe it was after or right before his first album that you have so much potential, but you want to grab that story and tell it so the world can know. And I respected that so much. I respect, again, when artists have real moments. When something's bothering you or something
speak
touches
on
you,
it.
you speak on it. And not just speak on it via social media or to a news outlet. You speak on it through your music, because that's what's the most powerful thing about you as an artist is you speaking it through your music where people are going to listen to it. Thousands of people are going to listen to it and appreciate it. So that was that linchpin for me with Cole. But I liked the first album. It was to me, but Born Sinner, hands down, my favorite Cole album. And the reason why I say that is because when I first listened to Cole's album, Born Sinner, I accidentally had it on shuffle. I had it on shuffle and it played, but it played sporadically on different songs, and the album still went together. And I said that's a cohesive album where you can play it on shuffle
And it
and
still
don't
makes
miss
sense.
it, don't miss anything, and it still makes sense. And though back behind that, when I did Clothes, I had a 6 shirts that dropped called the Sinister Six collection, and if you pre-ordered the shirts, you got a free J. Cole album in there.
wow.
And I walked into a Best Buy and bought every copy of Born Sinner.
Oh, you're one of those
And
Cole fans.
No, I wasn't a Cole fan. What it was like, it was the Born Sinner album was coming out, and I already had named my collection the Sinister Six collection, but it has godly themes to it. So I was like, it makes perfect sense to pair them together and give the people that actually want to support me something extra, and you didn't have to
That's
pay
what's
extra
up.
for it. So you paid $60 for a T-shirt, but you're not really paying
Yeah,
$60 for the
you
T-shirt
got
because you
more
got a
than
free
that.
album.
Yeah.
And I went to a Best Buy and bought literally, I want to say 30 copies of an album, and was like, I want the whole thing. If you got more in the back, bring them out. And they looked at me like I was crazy, but I never heard the album. I didn't listen to the leak of the album or anything. I just said, I'm going to buy this album solely off of
For the brand.
the brand. And I ended up liking that album so much because it played well without me knowing the actual songs.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Pretty cool backstory.
Yeah, I'm going to be divulging some stuff about myself here.
I mean, that's what we're here for. And I'm pretty sure by now y'all are noticing why the podcast is called Attention Deficit. Because we have jumped. Well, not we. I'm going to take myself out of that equation. Shy has jumped to 5 different topics in less than... What happened to Big Sean? I thought we were talking about Big Sean.
We actually were talking about
look
Big
at
Sean.
this.
I told you I'm going to be that person.
We're going to have to get it together. We're going to have to get it together.
We're going to have to get it together. But yeah, again, Big Sean was... That concert was dope. I enjoyed the set pieces. I enjoyed the... storytelling through himself on that screen. I wish you guys were there. If you went there, let me know. The set pieces of him talking to himself as an older individual and talking to him younger self, I like that because the album played the same way. And the set pieces it's just dope. Like, he came out in all white. He did what he had to do. He brought his girlfriend out. And I'm not a real fan. I'm a fan of R&B. Don't get me wrong. New R&B, not so much. But that 2088 album, I like that blend with him and Jhené Aiko because it was like, I'm going to give you some rap, but it's sensitive rap. It's that fab R&B-ish. I'm going to talk about the street stuff or myself, but on an R&B track.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about rap artists today quickly gravitating their relationships into their careers?
Okay, so I feel 2 ways about that. One, I don't like it because it's too fast, too soon.
Yes.
2, I appreciate it because you're showing vulnerability and you're showing your fans a different side of you. All right, I'll say 3. And I don't like it, again, because it feels like it's exploitive. Like, you're exploiting your relationship to get new fans that may not mess with you because they're into relationship stuff.
Or you're trying to get your partner's fans. Maybe it's a different type of genre of fans. I don't know. For me, it comes off a little It comes off a little.
Sounds like you're talking about Meek, but I'm not going to talk about the Chasers.
No, we're not going that far. But it comes off a little gimmicky for me, and it always kills. Like, after the relationship is over, using Big Sean as an example, when he was, my girlfriend makes more money than me.
Oh, God, that
all
line.
That type of stuff. And then the relationship doesn't make it, or, you guys break up and 30 days later, she's married and pregnant with somebody else, and then you're sitting, just...
That's right. She was married and pregnant with somebody else. Don't quote me, but my time frame might be a little bit wrong. But yeah, so like stuff like that. I'm sorry, but equal rights, equal fights. 30 days.
It was a short time.
Let me say something about that.
It wasn't months. I remember that.
Let me say something about that. 30 days after you break up somebody you're in love with, quote unquote.
Not even break up. They were engaged. So it wasn't even just like a boyfriend, girlfriend. We broke up.
That's what I'm saying.
We were supposed to get married.
If you have somebody, if you break up with somebody and break off an engagement, and 30 days later you're getting married and pregnant, that person you're getting married and pregnant to, you had on the side the whole time.
I hate that rule.
No. You know why?
I can't.
You know why I think that? Because of this. How do you find time to get married and pregnant with someone in 30 days? Well, getting to know, married, and pregnant somebody in 30 days.
But what if they just didn't know each other and they took a chance? I hate the whole notion of just because it was a short time span after the relationship, it means that person was always there. Not necessarily.
It feels like that. So what if that person was there? You have inklings that person may or may not be into my girl or my spouse.
The person was there. You lost, homie.
But 30 days?
Hey.
God damn.
No, I'm just saying. The whole thing is, let me make one thing clear. All right. I know. I'm not hopping on to the next in 30 days, personally. But all I'm saying is the whole notion of, because of the time span, it could have been 2 weeks. The person's always been there. No. Like, literally, you and I could have broken up. And the day after we broke up, I went out and I met somebody and we clicked and we hit it off in 2 weeks and it was a whirlwind romance and we went to Rome and got married. Whatever. What I'm saying is that part needs to just go out the window because you really don't know what's going on. But then again, I will say this, it is 2017.
It looks bad.
I'm sure it looks bad, but it is also 2017 and we're in a day and age where people feel like relationships are now a group project. So
because you put it out there to be a group project. You live that life where you
I guess it could be that, but
that's why like with me personally, ever since my son's mother, when we separated, I don't do the social media thing no more with whatever girl I date.
What do you mean?
I don't feel the need to put it out there because there's people I know I grew up with basically, like went to high school and everything
Okay,
like that.
good. So,
and they're
like-
like, ooh. So I do anything on social media when I was with my son's mother. I don't care if I like a photo of like someone I know. I'm telling Booby. And I'm like, really, fam? Me and you've known each other about 15 years and you gonna tell my son's mother that I like the photo and I even do shit? And that's why I feel like the I won't say the celebrity because I'm not a celebrity. The whole Instagram, social media, Facebook aspect of your
the
relationship.
facade of online.
Yeah, like you build someone up to be something, and everybody doesn't know the full truth about it, so they automatically side with someone they don't know.
I agree. This is just on a personal scale. I don't ever, whether we've been dating for a day or, a million years, I just never feel the need to put it out there. I don't know. For me, it's just, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. I don't really
Need to put it out there.
No,
yeah.
it's just, and the thing about it is, like I said, where dating in 2017 is a group project, you've seen that meme where it's like, you were posting everything about your relationship and now all of a sudden you stopped. We want to know what happened.
Yes.
It's like
same
everybody's
thing, yeah.
dating with, I don't see that.
Everybody's
is
in your
not-
relationship.
No.
You have therapists, you have friends that you never had friends before.
And that's what I'm saying. And everybody, and you got, now you have quote unquote, fam, because that person is related to, you know what I mean? And now they're your family.
Yep.
No, nigga, I don't know you. Like, little things like that. So, and I honestly feel like the relationships that are, let's say, off of social media are somewhat in private tend to be better and stronger.
The Jay and Beyonce.
Yeah,
when they first started.
and not that I'm saying that, your relationship needs to be in private or anything. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you have something that the world doesn't know about.
Yeah.
Which you hold a little bit more closely to you, So, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, with celebrities and they're quick to claim on their music and their performances and so forth, and not just even music, like acting. We have actors that went ahead and dated somebody, decided to do a movie together, and and then the movies fail. Who is it? J-Lo and who? J-Lo. Who?
Oh, Ben Affleck.
Yeah, that movie was horrible.
Yeah.
Like a couple.
Bennifer. No, it was Bennifer. I think
It was
something
Bennifer,
like.
yeah. The only couple movie-wise that has, let me not say the only, but one of the few couples that have been successful movie-wise to do that was Brad and Angelina. But look how they started out.
He cheated.
Exactly, and it was on the low, and it was.
Yep.
But after that,
I love that movie, by the way.
Yeah,
Mr. and Mrs.
Miss Smith was an awesome movie.
Fire movie.
Awesome. I've watched it 50,000 times. But yeah, so I feel like on both social media and in what we do professionally, whether it be music, whether it be acting, whether it be at your 9 to 5, I feel like you should keep them lines very, very
Separated.
thick. Yes.
So, you don't know this about me. A couple people do. My oldest son's mother was my manager once.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Office romance.
Yeah. It was, I won't say romance. It was, like, I'm going to be, so get prepared. I'm going to be candid as fuck on this podcast. It was a one-night thing that ended up.
Was it at the Christmas party?
No, it was actually.
I hate office Christmas parties, by the way.
So we worked for a car company that actually drove around like Janet Jackson, Tom Cruise, stuff like that. But it was like a real small office, like 5 of us at most. I think we worked there at one time, and it started off as a me joking around, flirting thing. Like she walked into the office one day with a black dress on, and I was like, "Woo, check you out. And one day, at the time, I was dating this girl, and I had one of the original iPhone from Hot 97. And I would think I was 19 at the time. I had no credit. And the girl I was dating was like, I put it under my name for you. And all you got to do is pay your bill. Because I'm not under contract. I got my own phone, all that. I just got to pay my bill. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, I don't, like, you'll learn this from me. I have trust issues with people. I don't really allow people to do things for me because I always feel at the end of the day, something's going to
come back.
It's always going to come back to you, and it's going to be like, I said to myself I wasn't going to do it, and I did it, and look what happened now. So I'm dating this girl, and she puts it under her name, and I'm like, yo, just make sure you don't play with my phone. Don't play with my phone because that's work, and I can't get in contact with people. She's like, nah, I'll never do that. Nah. So one day I'm at work. I have bad service in this office. This one day, service is extra trash. She doesn't get in contact with me all day. So my manager comes into the office. She's like, yo, I'm calling your phone, but it says disconnected. I'm like, what? My phone bill's paid. Call the girl. I call her from the office phone. I'm like, yo, my phone's off. What's going on? She disconnected my phone because I didn't answer her calls.
Get the fuck out of here.
Swear to God. She suspended my line because I didn't answer her phone calls.
I thought you were on her. Or...
I was on her account.
Oh my
So she called and suspended my phones because I wasn't answering her calls, which I was not getting. So I flipped out, lost my shit.
And what time span was this?
It's maybe a 3-hour span.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's a 3-hour span. I'm not going to say her name or anything like that, but...
if I could tell you how many times I've done... I have a rule. Let me say it right now. I have a rule. I have a 3-call minimum. I'm going to call you. If you don't answer my first call, cool, whatever. I'm going to give you some time.
Okay.
My time can be an hour. It could be 12 hours.
Okay.
I'm going to give you some time.
You're going to give a allotment of time.
You got time.
All right.
Take your
Because
time.
people at work, they doing things.
You got a life to live.
All right.
You got time. I'm going to call you a second time. Because at this point, I've given you my time.
Now you're getting frustrated.
No.
Okay.
At this point, I'm concerned.
Okay. You're like, oh
Okay.
my God, he may be dead.
Something might have happened to you in these cold, hard streets. Something may have happened to you.
Okay.
I'm concerned. Okay. Same thing. I'm going to give you a time span. Time span goes, you got up until the third time.
So I want to say something before you say the third time. You guys can't see her yet. We're going to do video down the road. Shell looks like the type of girl, when she makes that third call, you don't answer, she's not going to call you again. She's going to pop up. Shell looks like that. I'm going to pop up, and I'm not going to spaz out. I'm not going to yell. I'm going to laugh and be like, so you didn't get none of my calls in the 9 hours I gave you to respond.
Ooh. Pop-up though? I look like a pop-up?
You look like a pop-up.
For real?
You look like... See, you know what it is?
Huh.
The innocent ones, the ones that, hey, I understand.
I look like a pop-up for real?
I've dealt with
wait, you know what though?
Here it comes.
No. I've done a pop-up. But my pop-ups were warranted. But it wasn't and you're right. My pop-ups are never wild and outlandish.
You won't.
My pop-ups are very sophisticated.
And see, I'm going off of, I've never seen Shell in an angry mood. I've never dealt with Shell in a relationship.
That's
things.
funny.
This is just me looking at her. And people, you can read people before they even say anything. When a girl is too calm about everything, something's wrong.
That is funny. Yes, I am calm about everything. It's that's something about me. I choose to be calm about everything. So funny that you say that. I'm going to tell you guys a quick funny story.
Uh-oh.
So one time, a long time ago, my ex.
That means it's recent. When a woman says a long time ago, that was recent.
It was a long time ago. Like I had the word teen behind my age.
Okay.
So
if you see Shell, she looked like she still has the word teen behind her age, but it's all right.
So anyway, we were going through some shit, whatever, blah blah. I guess we were broken up, whatever people want to call it. So the night before, I heard some stuff about being at a certain party with a certain girl in a closet and all this type of hot stuff. Blah, blah.
In a closet?
Yeah.
That sounds preteenish.
On a washing machine, too.
Oh,
no,
Lord.
we was grown. No, he was grown. I was young. He was grown. So anyway, we going through our shit or whatever, blah, blah. Cool. So I caught, wasn't taking my calls or something was going on where I wasn't able to communicate with them. But I haven't got to speak on the information that I received the night before. So I'm hot.
Okay.
I'm hot.
All
and
right.
I was at work too.
All right.
So I caught wind that he and his cousin and their lady friends were at a restaurant that was very close to my job.
Oh, God.
So I strategically planned my break. And
See, that's some methodical shit. I strategically planned my break.
Yes, I did.
Do you hear the word? You guys are going to learn some shit here.
Okay. And I went ahead into the restaurant.
Did you pretend to be a waitress?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I showed up very cool, calm, and collective. I have to tell y'all, by the way, I looked good too. These were the times when, y'all remember when the bubble jackets, the really shiny ones, I had a Ralph Lauren one.
Oh, you had the, I know you're talking about.
I had a Ralph
You had the
Lauren.
P. Diddy shiny Superman jackets.
Nah. But anyway, so I go into the restaurant. There's a line in the restaurant. Excuse me. Oh, pardon me. Oh, your kids. Oh, okay, move. Yeah. So I went ahead in, surveilled the restaurant, located them, went to the table.
She sounds like the Terminator.
Went to the table, stood at the table. I sat down at the table.
Jesus Christ.
At this double date. I sat down. I said hello to everybody at the table. I think I even might have grabbed a fry or something petty. And
what kind of shit you on?
I sat down and I smiled. Everybody saw me. I said hello to the cousin. I said hello to the lady friends who knew me. And I just said, okay, I need to speak to you outside. So you want to wrap this up? And then I bro bounced. And that was it. So little things like that,
See, that's not bad.
But you see, it has to be strategically planned. It really does have to be strategically planned. But back to the calling and the time span.
Go ahead.
And the fact that your phone got cut off in 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That is a sign of crazy.
Oh, no. It gets worse than that. Mm-hmm. So there was one time that I think it was the same day. She called, got my phone turned back on. I'm still at work. And I didn't want to. Now I'm legit not responding to you now. You cut my phone off. I'm not responding to you.
So when you called and you said, hey, you say, yo, what happened to my phone? And she said, I cut it off because you wasn't answering. Did you bang on her immediately or you had a conversation?
I'm a banger.
Okay.
I'm a banger.
I hate bangers.
So you're not gonna do some dumb shit to me and then expect not to get banged on.
Banging is just so disrespectful.
And that's why I do it.
Like there's no need for that.
Oh no, there's always a need for it.
No, there's no need for that.
So she sent me a picture. When I tell you a picture of a overturned bottle of Tylenol PMs.
Oh God. She was one of those.
Didn't take one of them, but I'm concerned now. So I called her sister, was like, hey, yo, you go check on your fucking sister because she sent me a picture of turned over Tylenol PMs.
So the first sign was the fact that she had time to take a picture and send it to you.
Yeah, I'm like, but
I'm not responding to that.
But me meant like that. I didn't respond to her. I contacted her sister. Like I'm like, yo, your sister, she's wildin'. Go check on her. But yeah, like I'm like, yeah. And this is the type of girl, like I ended up finding out, I want to say, 2 or 3 years into our relationship. Get back to my son's mother. See? A tangent. When after that situation, me and her broke up. And then I started talking to my son's mother.
Which was your manager.
Correct. You're not gonna let me forget that one. So we end up going out to eat one night. We go to Red Lobster. No, we go to go see a movie, which was Die Hard 4 or some shit like that. It was one of the last Die Hard movies. And we went to Red Lobster after. So
if you were seeing Die Hard, that was a long time ago, and if you were taking somebody out to Red Lobster, you were a tricker back in the day.
Wait, she took me out.
Oh, swerve.
She was getting bread.
Oh, she was your manager.
She was my manager, and we were being paid off the books.
Oh.
So she took me out. I had no problem saying that. We're going to get into that's part of one of the topics. We still haven't gotten to the topics yet. We're just shooting the shit right now. So she took me out, and then here's why I figured she was kind of crazy. Because I just keep going from one crazy to the next. We're in Red Lobster, and the waitress comes up to us. The waitress asks, "What do we want to eat?" But no eye contact to her. Not paying her any mind.
Okay.
She's talking straight to me, asking me everything. So my son's mother's like, "Excuse me, I would like," and the girl would not break eye contact. And without hesitation, she asks, "So you want his number?" I'm like, "Oh God, what did I get myself into?" But long story short, after Red Lobster, hotel room, son was conceived. 9 years later.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah.
Got
But
it.
I love my son to death.
Yes.
My oldest son is
He's
like
cute, guys.
the
He's really cute.
angel of my eye, even though he wants to break my pockets and want Yeezys right now.
You better
But
get them while they still small.
listen, you know what size he wears now?
What size?
Almost a 5.
Oh, that's a grown man.
Yes.
He's gonna need a part-time job.
Listen, I'm gonna get him modeling or something. That nice hair he got gonna be put to some use. But yeah, that's our little rant for this one. We're gonna touch on some subjects.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see.
I
What,
already know you want. We since we talked about your little one night stand.
who should pay for the date? All right,
Who should
cool.
pay for the date?
All right, so I posed this question on Instagram and Twitter, and my question stems from this. Who should pay for the date if someone invites another person? So if me and you go out and you invite me out, if I'm home chilling, you be like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm saying nothing. I'm in bed chilling. And you say, "Yo, let's go get something to eat." Who's expected to pay?
The person who did the inviting.
Okay, so I have two thoughts with this. One, you're right. Two, the man should still attempt to pay or somewhat lighten the load for the female.
Okay.
So I still live in a world where if you make me get the fuck out of my bed, you better not expect me to pay. Because I had an instant like that fairly recently. My homegirl hit me up. She was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm in bed chilling." She was like, "Yo, you work tomorrow?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "All right, yo, you want to go grab something to eat?" I'm in Brooklyn. I'm like, "All right, cool." She's like, "Yo, I know this little spot down on Flatbush. We go down there and chill." I'm like, "All right, cool." We go down there. We eat. We have a drink each. Bill's about to come. She's like, "Yo, I'm gonna go warm up the car." Like, I think that what you ever seen that kid in the Cleveland Cavaliers game when he's looking at the scoreboard, he's just squinting? That meme? Like, that's what I was doing. I was like, wait, what? The check didn't get to me yet. The check didn't get to neither one of us yet. But I'm like, yo, I'm about to. What we doing? Like, about to bounce. 'Cause I know you gotta go get the jersey. Let's wrap this up. And she just straight up said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go warm up the car." Didn't drop no bread, no nothing. And I'm like, damn.
What?
I'm like, in my mind, I'm like,
See, all right, I would have did that, but I would have said, "Here's my card. I'm gonna go get the car."
okay. So here's my train of thought behind that. I'm like, damn. She don't know if I walked out the house with my wallet. She don't know if I have any money on me. How are you just up and leaving? You invite
That
somebody.
was trifling.
You invite somebody out and you don't know if someone has money in their pocket
That
at
was
all.
trifling.
You didn't ask somebody like, "Yo, do you have any bread?" Good thing I always have bread.
But she asked you to come out. Hello.
That's my thing. Like, you invite somebody out, you get somebody out their bed. You have to do something.
No, it's not about do something. If I'm initiating it, hello. All right.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I can't really on this topic. I might be the wrong one, and the reason I might be the wrong one
You're built differently.
A lot of these. I live in a world where if you're dating me, if you're hanging with me, whatever the case may be, you're not wanting for nothing. So I really can't.
I'm about to start hanging with Shell more often.
I can't
We're gonna
really
end up at Fight Club
associate
every
with
other
that.
week.
A friend of mine recently just told me the other day, I was talking about getting some stuff together, and they were like, "You just reminded me how broke the girls I date are." And I was just like, why?
You really want to touch on that subject right now?
I was just like, why? They were just like, yo, like, just, I can't understand that. And for me, like, yeah, it's cool for the dude to be like, oh, nah, babe, I got it. Or, whatever the case may be. But I'm coming prepared. Like I'm coming prepared. And another thing about me is if you're on my time, I'm not a slight work. I'm not taking no fast food joint.
Listen, I'm a cheap date.
No, and that's cool. And you get some, that's what I'm saying. We can go get some chicken and fries and call it a day. I'm all with it. But what I'm saying is, I want to make sure that your experience with me is a certain standard and a certain level, because I feel like if I'm ever in that situation, I would expect the same. Yeah. And so I'm gonna set if I'm putting you on a standard.
You're setting the tone.
If I'm putting that's what I'm saying. If I have a certain standard, why shouldn't I not live to it?
Yeah.
So yes. If you are calling somebody, you're hitting them, you're like, yo, let's go out, whether it's your friend, whether it's somebody that you're dating, you damn sure better well have your money prepared to pay, because that's just rude and disrespectful. And ladies, please, these standards that you sat and can't live up to, sit down. Don't do it.
Praise
Stay
Jesus.
home. Like,
praise Jesus.
For everybody. Like, it's just, I cannot stand it at all. And for guys to sit here and I'm thinking like the things I do is slight, but apparently it's
not.
It's rare, and I'm like, what? I mean, it's 2017. You want to be all liberated and all this, so
equal rights, equal fights.
Yeah, like be liberated. I'm gonna pay for this fucking meal. Like, hello.
It's funny because I had a joke that as you know, my mouth is really reckless on social media. I had a joke on, I think it was Twitter. I said, women want a man to know how to make them come. They don't know how to make themselves come. And it goes to the same analogy. You want a man to treat you like a queen and take you all these places and take you on vacation and go to STKs, but you can't take yourself there.
True.
So you want to live up to a standard that a man needs to pay for your stuff, but you can't pay for your own.
Not even a little bit. You can't pay for the, like, no, that's just it's just a turn off. But guess what? I'm gonna blame y'all too.
Oh,
and when I say y'all, I'm talking about y'all niggas, y'all men, dudes. I'm blaming y'all because y'all accept this. I can't. That's
true.
No.
Okay, I know. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
No more.
I'm agreeing with you.
It is like I have this argument on a daily, if not every other day basis. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all in the sense of y'all sit here complain about this, fake that. She can't do this. She can't do that. All this type of stuff.
I feel attacked.
Y'all go ahead and date the same broads that's doing it, and the broads that isn't like that gets no love. So you know what? Y'all getting what you get.
It's our fault.
Yes, it's your fault.
I feel attacked right now.
Yes, you should feel attacked.
I feel attacked. But here's the funny thing. I always tell people, go for what you can maintain.
True.
Go for something in your lane and not something that looks good. Like, I know me, I will never date a bartender ever.
When you say bartender, what do you mean? Like,
I mean star tenders. I mean star tenders. I can't afford them.
Okay.
I can't afford them. Mm-hmm. And I don't like them. Mm-hmm. And that's just me, because it looks good on Instagram. It looks great on Instagram.
It always does.
There's a stripper that comes into my job that pays her phone bill in singles and lets you know she's a stripper. I could never date her.
Why not?
I can't afford her.
Why?
And it doesn't appeal to me. Like, I don't go to strip clubs.
Okay.
I'm not a strip club person.
So that's cool. You never know that you never have to. It won't be a conflict of interest for you.
Correct. So it's like,
no, I'm saying you could date her.
No. Here's why I can't date her, because that type of stuff don't appeal to me. There's people that she gloats about being a stripper.
Oh, that's
like
different.
If you was a stripper, right, and you went to go pay your phone bill, but prior to you coming paying your phone bill, you're gonna change those singles into like hundreds, 50s, 20s.
I'm changing it as soon as my shift up. I'm in the bank. I'm changing it.
Shorty walks into my job every month with a wad of singles to pay her phone bill.
No.
And has no shame letting you know she's an exotic dancer. It's in her Instagram profile. She's an exotic dancer. She showed me her Instagram and she was like, oh, look.
But we're in a day and age where that's glorified. So
yes,
what can you really...
And that's why I don't watch Ratchet TV.
Oh, no. I hate Ratchet.
I can't
Ratchet
do it.
TV,
I say it kills brain cells.
It doesn't... It angers me. It frustrates me. And I think the part that frustrates me the most is just like, I'm one of those people, like, I like to understand things and I like to understand people.
Yeah.
So with Ratchet TV, I'm just like, but why would you do that? But why would you say that? But why are you going there? What, you know, like I don't, they're just, so yeah, Ratchet TV, no. But hey, Instagram is a constant Ratchet TV show series of, I don't know how many years Instagram has been existent. I wish not a day goes by where I say,
you wish you didn't need it?
I wish we didn't have social media, but at the same time, social media has done so much.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I'll take the pros for the cons. But then
the cons are so bad.
Oh, I miss it.
It's so funny. I enjoy the early days of Instagram. And you
know what's funny? So here's the thing. In my Instagram story, I got on Instagram super late because I was entirely against it. I was entirely against Facebook. Mm-hmm. Twitter, I was all for. I love Twitter.
Oh, I love shooting shit on Twitter
because it's you
quick.
know, it was, but you see, it was talking.
Mm-hmm.
You
verbalized.
You got to know me based off of what I was saying. Yeah. The only thing that you had from me was what my icon picture looked like, and sometimes you couldn't even see the whole thing.
Yeah, and you get into it blurry.
Yeah.
Because when Twitter first got popping, it was BlackBerry days.
Exactly.
And them screen qualities when them folks were trash.
Twitter, I was all about it. I was against Facebook. I was against all that. I had MySpace. MySpace was fun, and I really wish I would have.
Oh my God.
I really wish I would have went further because I could have probably been like a super duper crazy coder because my page was popping.
Yo.
But anyway.
Wait, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Coding. So I'm gonna show my age right quick. I learned how to code. If I would even maintained it, I would have been a super duper coder. Black Planet.
But it's
my Black Planet page was lit.
Crazy how the world was trying to tell us, yo,
this is the future, and you need to get on your shit.
Yeah, because a lot of I remember there's some people I remember I used to have to ask my friends yo, how did you get that song on your page? And then when the thing pops, all
the
that
images, and
you send the links and you've got to change, all that to the asterisks and all that. But anyway. Against Facebook, against Instagram. All my friends had Instagram. This is y'all gotta think OG days when Instagram was iPhone only. Remember that?
Yes, I love those days.
So, and I'm an iPhone person, die hard. So I've had iPhone since the end of time.
It felt like, if I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I've heard it. It's like the White Walkers were coming when they were letting Android users in. Yeah. It's like, no, don't let them in.
No, I remember the day. I remember the day was happening when Android was getting in. It was like a thing. It was and I remember it was funny because the guys whose girlfriends had Androids or the girls, you know what I mean? It was now you're about to see what's really
now it's about
going
to be
on.
real. Because remember, Instagram didn't have a website where you can look at stuff. Mm-hmm. You only can find if you had an iPod Touch or you had somebody that had an iPhone. That's the only way you're looking at it.
You had no idea what
or you
was
had an
going
iPad.
on. But anyway, so my one friend used to be like, no, you should get an Instagram. I'm like, nah. But then, anytime we were all together, that's all they would sit and talk about and do.
And you felt left out.
Yeah, and then, I would see, and, I would see, all the stuff, blah, blah. I got on it dumb late. Now, I slightly kind of wish I would have got on hip to it a little bit sooner, only because of back then it was just a little bit more authentic than it is now. Mm-hmm. So, with that delay, and then I also fast forward into Instagram now. The reason why someone like myself hates social media, I won't say hates, but has a dislike for social media things. I remember the days of, you bought stuff because you liked it. You went to places because you wanted to go there. Yes. You liked certain things because that's what you really liked. Mm-hmm. It wasn't now, you got people going places just to tag to say that they were there or take a picture at that thing that everybody else is taking a picture at. Mm-hmm. Or, you know what I mean? You got people who don't have a clue about a left-right shoe colorway, whatever the case may be. And now they're the hottest new thing on the block. And I'm like, dude, I've been doing this since elementary school. Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? So that part of Instagram and social media and everything, that's the part I dislike. But I want to shout out everybody who's been able to make a way through Instagram, whether it be business.
Shout out to y'all.
Y'all figured out. You got the recipe. You've taken something and you've built and you've grown on it. I wish a lot more people would.
Yeah.
I'm at a point right now where I'm wondering what's next. What's from here?
So I'm gonna give you a funny story to go back on the people that made something of themselves on Instagram. Mm. So I got on Instagram 2010, 2011.
How long has Instagram been around?
Instagram's been around for a while. It came not too long after Twitter. So Twitter got popping in 2009. I want to say 2011 is when Instagram first popped up on the scene. Because I remember I was working at Nielsen Media, SoundScan. So when I got on Instagram is when I first started doing my shirts. And that's when I had Butterfly. And it took me from being this one known person in the hood because people knew me from playing basketball. I wasn't into sneakers. I used to get like bullshit sneakers here and there, posted on Instagram, but nothing really. But then I started doing T-shirts, and when I started doing T-shirts, and it took about a year for it to really pick up. And in 2012, that shit went crazy. Like I was supplying orders nonstop because I had 2 T-shirt lines, and this is the original one that got everyone to know who I was. I had an Instagram name, Call Me Butter. I used to do this every day. I was the same person back then, and I used to make jokes. It was a segment I used to do called I Hate Everyone. And now there's like a brand out there running with the I Hate Everyone thing. And I used to post like random stupid shit. Like it wasn't nothing violent. It was like you'll see somebody taking a shit on the side of the street and like, yo, I hate everyone because they're doing it. And that's what made everyone, like, I showed personality that way because I was always joking. And then people started buying T-shirts and it started picking up, going. And I'm like, yo, I can make money off of this. Like, I was working a bullshit job at Nielsen. It was like a part-time temp job. I wasn't really making no money. I was making like $11 an hour. And it was like, I'm only going to work there for a year because it was only a temp spot. And I'm like, yo, I got to figure out a way to make money on the side. So when, God forbid, this ever ends, so I started doing graphic tees because that's when everybody started doing silk screen and everything like that. And I went from, I want to say 400 followers to 14,000 followers in like a year. And this is when early Instagram days where everybody used to follow each other to like, okay, you follow me, I follow you, follow me, I follow you.
When it was genuine.
And people rocked with me because I showed personality, I was joking, and I did the T-shirt thing, but it wasn't on some like, oh, you place your order and you get it when you get it. Like if I delayed your order, I'm emailing you and letting you know, yo, there's a little delay. Here it is. I'm not waiting till you contact me to tell me, hey, I didn't get my order. I'm contacting you beforehand. I got scammed. Somebody told me that they were Vado's road manager, and I sent out a myriad of shirts. It was like 7 shirts, and I had just did my varsity jacket, and they're like, "Yo, send me a varsity jacket." I'm like, no, that cost me $400 to make. Not sending a varsity jacket, but I'll send these shirts. Sent out mad shirts. Ended up being, and it's funny when I did that. I looked back at the address and that address looked mad familiar, and I keep every one of my orders from people that orders from me. Like I have Dino's address, and I have like all this stuff.
Creep.
Like, no, I do that for my personal reasons. Like, if you end up trying to scam me, hey, I know why I sent it to. Here, PayPal, look why I sent it to. So, I started doing that, and I looked at the address. It was someone ordered a week prior from next door from where I sent the shirts to. I was like, motherfucker. But you know what? Chalked up to the game. It is what it is.
Gotta charge it up.
Yeah, I mean, but like with social media, I really see people going places with it. There's people on there doing fuck shit on social media, and they're getting places, and it irritates me.
Yeah, we actually just talked about that not too long ago, and I actually just talked to somebody else about that like 2 nights ago. Like,
it just irritates me that the fuck shit is what's getting popularized.
But the thing is, I don't understand. My part is I don't understand.
They're dumbing it down.
I don't. Not even that. Like I don't understand. Like I asked my friend. I said, "What's funny about this? Like these people are being rude and disrespectful and just point blank disgusting." And my friend was like, clearly the 1.5 million followers think it's funny. And, I was talking to one of my guy friends, and, they said, you know what's crazy? Back in the day, niggas used to get fucked up for doing shit like that.
Fucked up?
Like hood code. Like,
Lord.
you're disrespecting a local store. You're disrespecting, like stuff
you don't do
like
stupid
that.
shit like that.
Yeah, like, them boys are coming around the corner for you.
Yeah.
Like,
I grew up on a block with drug dealers. Like, they sold drugs out of my building.
But and that's another thing, I'm going to bring that up a little later. Like, I feel like with Instagram and everything else, I feel like the natural G code is gone. And
Because
like
all
like,
the OGs are dead or in jail.
yeah, but I don't understand where
Or they got their life together.
where that disconnect. Oh yeah, they got their life together. Where that disconnect, like there's no code anymore. There's no code at all, and Instagram constantly reminds you of the fact that there is no code. Like, I'll tell you right now, for me personally, I like Instagram because it keeps me in the know, like fashion wise. Like
Yeah.
that's where you get everything 1st. It keeps me in the know, just like, socially, like what's going on where, like,
Yeah.
things like that. A lot of artists, events and stuff, they announce their stuff there, where to go, what time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like that's what I like about it. But I'm getting to a point now, now that I just realized how long we've been on quote unquote Instagram,
Yeah.
that like for me sometimes it gets depressing going on Instagram, especially as a female right now. It gets depressing going on Instagram and you're just like,
See what's glorified.
like you're just scrolling and you're like, really?
ass,
Yeah,
ass,
like
ass,
ass,
ass, ass,
tees.
ratchet shit, ass,
Yeah,
ass.
like, you know what I mean? And you're just like, dang, like what the hell? What the hell is this?
And I tell you the real downside of what social media is doing is the younger generation that's grown up behind us.
Yeah.
They're seeing what's popularized and say, I want to be that. Like,
No, but not even that. Like, it's not even just about that. Like, it kills me that kids are growing up on this. Like, I realize that I hate, and, no shade to anybody that does this at all. Like, no shade at all.
shade to
but,
them.
like,
Nah.
I hate the fact that we have filters on babies. Like,
Oh God.
kids grow up in 2017 knowing that, oh, you put a phone to your face and this is what it does.
And stick your tongue out and it does that.
And you see a kid and automatically the first thing they want to do is stick their
your tongue
tongue out
out.
because they want to see the thing react.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's a positive thing. I'm not sure if it's like, I can't really see it yet because it's this generation right now that's going through that phase.
My son's going through that. Like my youngest son, I've seen a video where he put the phone goes up to his face, tongue comes out, and it's like, is that good or bad?
And it's crazy to me. Like, I like the fact, like iPhones and everything else. I like the fact that, technology is bringing people and families closer together.
Yeah.
Where you can be away from your family and you can still call and see your child and everything. I think that's cool. But at the same time, I kind of feel like, what does it mean when a child picks up knows how to pick up a FaceTime? And you know what I mean? Just that part, I think as much as it's we're keeping it together, we're also very disconnected because, your child may then think or feel that, hey, I don't have to be with my mom and dad all the time or whatever the case may be. I can just do this and, it's okay.
Speak to them.
Yeah, so like that part of the generation's changing and what social media is doing to the kids. And like I have one of my friend's little cousins liked a picture of mine on Instagram, and I was so confused. I was entirely confused because the name was ASAP something. So I clicked on it, and I'm like,
This little mother.
this little nigga, I'm like, this little 7-year-old little boy. But I'm like, do you even know like what ASAP Mob is? Like, do you know what, but that's his Instagram name. And
So I'm gonna tell you how I almost murdered my son. My oldest son, I was in Baltimore a couple weeks ago, 2 months ago, and I'm sitting with my youngest son's mother, and we're talking about something. I can't remember what it was, and she makes this face. I'm like, "What happened?" She goes, "Carter just sent me a snap." I'm like, "Carter just sent you a what?" Carter sent me something on Snapchat. It's a photo of him. So I instantly pick up the phone, call his mother. I'm like, yo, why does Carter have Snapchat? Carter has what? Carter has Snapchat. I set this boy's phone up to be whatever he tries to download, I get a notification to my phone. I got to approve it. So something happened when he had to switch out phones and his mom didn't set it up the right way. So now he's downloading apps and no one knows.
see,
So I'm like, nah, not happening. Comes up here, I'm like, let me ask you a question. I thought I told you you can't have Snapchat. But I thought I told you can't have Snapchat. It gets quiet. And if you know me, may God be my witness, I've never laid a hand on my kids. I've never hit, plucked, pinched, pushed, pulled my child at all. I talk to my kid, and my kid understands. Like, okay, because I'm the fun parent. Daddy's gonna joke. Daddy's gonna give me whatever I want. Daddy's gonna do everything. But when Daddy gets that, yo, what are you doing? It's done. You're not joking. We're not joking. You understand this is serious now. And my son, he has this trigger where he instantly cries to get you off of him. And I'm not like that. You can cry all day. I want an answer to what's going on. And he goes, first thing that comes to mind, I'm sorry. You told me I couldn't have it, and I downloaded it because my friends had it. And I'm like, you legit went against what I said because your friends have something. Does that sound right? He goes, no. And I'm like, do you understand what I'm doing? He says, yes. He said, do you think I'm hard on you? He goes, no. I was like, why do I do this? He said, because you love me. And that's what these parents nowadays need to understand. You don't need to hit your child. Have a conversation with them. Because these kids are growing up faster than you know, and they understand a lot more.
Not even the kids are growing up. These kids are being forced on, like, oh, no, the best ones are the parents who have Instagram pages for their kids
and monitor it.
Yes.
Like, no. My son is 9. He does not need an Instagram page.
No lie, unless your kid is an artist or
modeling
or something
actor,
like that,
that's cool.
There is no need. And you know what? Maybe, you know what? Let me not speak on it because maybe that's what they think that they're building on. Maybe they think them having the Instagram page, they're going to get the attention from these agencies or whatever.
It's not going to work.
I mean,
unless your child looks like a fucking Morris Kojo, something like you're not picking up. You have to go out there and get this yourself.
Or the little girls. The
twin girls.
No. The little girls who you see when they're on their parents' stories or videos or whatever, and their parents put the camera up and like pose, and these little girls doing these grown poses, and I'm like, yo, or the kids that.
This is why I'm scared to have a daughter.
They know when to turn up.
Yes.
When they know when the parent has a Snapchat.
Phone, yep.
And they see the camera come on them.
And they
start
yep.
when the song or whatever.
They all with the hands and
they know.
Yeah. And,
I don't see that right there. I don't have any kids, y'all.
It irritates me.
I don't have any kids.
I do. I can speak for her. It irritates the fuck out of me.
But
stop the bullshit.
But for me, those are the things right there that puts. I just like I can't. I'm struggling with it right now as a whole grown adult, and I can't imagine having to, parent someone entirely through that whole no, I don't know. That for me is a no-go. So I'll tell you right now, I'll give you guys, when it comes to parenting and being a parent and so forth, I have my own thoughts and opinions about it, but I completely take it away because
your shit, Shell.
Because I'm not a parent.
Talk your shit.
By all means, I will, but I'm just saying there's some lines that, I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna stay over here.
Now you understand why this is the Attention Deficit Podcast. We went from first dates to kids.
Yeah.
Attention deficit.
First dates leads to kids.
That's
clearly,
true.
Shy.
Yeah.
Clearly.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to bring us back on topic. So what you want to talk about the next? What's the next topic you want to talk about? Because there's 8 of them here. You want to do fashion right quick?
Yeah.
All right, you want to do Supreme or Off-White?
So because it is Wednesday night, let's go ahead and get into the Supreme.
That is true.
Let's get into the Supreme feel tomorrow at 11 o'clock. What will you be doing?
Oh, I'm going for that Nasty Nah shirt. I'm not playing. I told this to my homeboy the other day. I went through my closet, organizing my tour merch shirt, my hoodies and stuff like that, because that's my thing. I go to tours to purchase hoodies and stuff like that. And I literally pulled up a hoodie thinking it was another tour hoodie, and it was a Supreme Michael Jackson hoodie. And I'm like, I forgot I have this shit. Mm-hmm. And but I do want that Nasty Nas t-shirt. I just recently started getting into Supreme. It's not because of everybody else. I just like certain pieces. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go there and just buy any old thing because it's Supreme.
You're not trying to get them Obama pants?
Hell no. Oh, my God. No offense, but I see Asians love that. Mm-hmm. And I can't do it.
But Asia's been doing it. So, like, for me, it's entirely warranted. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm okay with that.
And it's funny because I keep telling everybody, to harp back on something you said. You said people go places just to go because of social media.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people all the time, I don't want to leave the country until I've been everywhere within the country that I've wanted to go to since I was a kid. And then I'll go outside the country because there's one place outside the country. If I go, I'm never coming back. And that's Japan.
Japan, yeah.
And people ask me why. I'm like, that's the streetwear fashion capital of the world.
Well in Japan.
Yeah, I'm a fucking nerd.
I feel like you'd fit. You'd
superhero,
really, the vibe and everything. Do you like, do you like sushi?
Oh, I fucking love ramen.
Oh yeah, you'd be good. You'd be
Fuck sushi. I'm ramen. Give me some beef curry over rice. Give me some beef curry over rice.
I might be naming all the wrong food for Japan, so please don't shade me, y'all. I'm really sorry. I'm very cultured, by the way, so entirely don't shade me. I'm just saying.
Yes, she wasn't left off bad and bougie. We're gonna touch on the everyday struggle clip you sent me, but are you trying to get anything from Supreme tomorrow?
Honestly speaking,
you like a Scarface
of the new
something.
pieces. With Supreme, when it comes to releases, whatever I get, and it comes for me where like I go for it after it already drops. Like after it already drops, I go for it. So I'll tell you, I'm more of like I dig the basics. I need new socks. I need new white tees. Yeah, like the basics. I'm really into the accessories portion, like the home good stuff because I'm old and stuff, so I need stuff. For the house.
Being old is the shit now.
Yeah, I need stuff for the house. So like
Except
so those type of things, like I'm into the home goods portion of things. There's a couple older pieces from past releases that I still want, so I'm still playing catch up.
Waiting for a box logo?
No, I don't. I want a Sade tee.
Okay.
Yeah, like you
want those.
I need to replace my Kate Mosses. Like
Raekwon tee.
Yeah, like all those. Putting in the dryer, cracking, and all that. So like those type of things. But when it comes to like actual like, oh my God, Thursday at 11, yeah, no.
So I'll tell you what actually got me into Supreme. I one day was on Supreme website because I had this bot from my phone. I'm not gonna give up the name because I still need my shit from that bot. I'll tell you about it off air, but I used the bot and I actually purchased it's called the Arctic Supreme sweater, and I bought it. I'm like, I'm gonna try to flip it because I'm not gonna wear it. The shit was $183 after tax and shipping. I'm like, I can't be fucking out my mind to keep this goddamn hoodie. It's $183. So I ended up like, you know what? I like the colorway. It's like the Gucci colorway. It's black, green, and red, but it's like a burgundy. It's not like bright red. It's a burgundy color. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to the movies. I'm going to wear it. It's like 40 degrees outside, 30, 40 degrees outside. I'm going to wear it. I lie to you not. I put this hoodie on, a t-shirt underneath, no jacket. This hoodie is the best quality hoodie I've ever
American Apparel.
worn. No. It's thicker than America. I've never felt a hoodie this thick and this heavy ever.
I gotta see it.
I'm gonna show you, but I've never felt a hoodie this thick and this heavy ever.
Supreme, like the stuff is usually quality.
Yeah.
Like I won't even like the stuff is quality, and I mean, come on, dude. Like if Supreme can make it all the way to Louis, clearly it got something right.
It got word.
So yeah, the stuff is actually quality though. Like I was just talking about some of my photo tees are cracking, but those photo tees I've had for years, and that's a lot of years of wash, wear and wash and things like that.
I'm dry cleaning my photo tee.
No, like my photo, like after that particular one, it's one of my favorite ones.
It's all dry cleaning.
All my stuff like that I dry clean.
I think the only photo tee I got is the Ghetto Boys one. The one I was waiting for the Big Sean concert that never fucking arrived until like a week after.
Yeah, so a couple of those. But yeah, so with Supreme, I grew up on Supreme. I have a really close family member who was really into Supreme when we were in high school.
Okay.
Like back in the day when it wasn't even a thing. So like we had stickers in the house, all that type of stuff, and
I
would cop and like I would just wear, and they would be like, oh here, here's a shirt. So it wasn't like really a thing as it is now.
Yeah, it was more of a niche thing back then.
Yeah.
It was known, but it wasn't massively known.
No, yeah, and it wasn't
Complex
like you,
was a cover in
weren't-
every drop.
You know, you didn't need your pocket knife to go buy
Yeah.
buy something. You know what I mean? Like, it kills me now. You go to Supreme now, you can't even just go in the store. There's a line
If it's on a
single
Thursday.
day. I went the other day to get my friend. I'm one of those weird people. When I gift, I gift in multiples. So like, I'll make you like.
She's bowling. Told you she wasn't living
I'm
with bad
not
and
balling.
bougie.
So like, I'll do like a gift box. Like, let's just say it's your birthday or something like that. I'll do
Which
like
is coming up, by the way.
a gift box for you, and then like I'll put like weird shit like socks, underwear, t-shirts. So I wanted to do a Supreme
Yeah.
gift box, and I just needed to grab a pack of socks, underwear, t-shirts. I
Yeah.
couldn't even go in the store because the site is down right now.
Yeah.
So I can't get it. You know, and on the site it's easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Boom, 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 and no one's fighting over some
Yeah.
underwear and socks.
Yeah.
But
It's funny because they Hanes underwear stay on their website all the time. It never
those
sells
is
out.
all- that's what I'm saying. For me, it's regular.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can get those. That's nothing.
Yeah, on the website like that.
Yeah, and you're not even fighting them. 2 days, it's at your door.
Yeah. Actually,
So-
I just realized I did lie about something. What the first actual Supreme
One
item,
for me.
the actual Supreme item the first Supreme item I ever bought was the Supreme foam posits, the red ones.
Ah,
Those were
okay.
the first one I ever bought, and I was gonna keep them, and I was like, I'm never gonna wear these shits. They too like You've seen the way I dress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a melancholy. I'm not wearing overly bright, overly designed stuff. It's gonna be black, white, red, or it's gonna be one of those solid colors, and I'm gonna go from there. But I saw them like I got them. I had them for about I want to say almost a year, and I'm like I'll sell it now. And then I ended up regretting selling them because I like them now.
It always happens.
I'm like, I like those, but those are the first things I ever cop from Supreme, and then I didn't cop again until that Arctic hoodie, and I've tried to cop at one thing every week that I actually like, but if I don't like stuff, I'll pass on it. Like the Comme des Garçons Air Force Ones, I only got them because someone paid me to get them before I actually got them, and I was like, you giving me money to buy something, and I don't have to actually spend my own money for it? Why not? So that's the only reason why I did it.
Speaking of, did you see the ones that they had in like Barney's and Saks that were like $8.90?
No, what?
They were the Comme des Garçons ones, but they had like the plastic on the top. They're really ugly.
No.
But they're Air Forces. No lie. They are plain Air Forces.
But it just could Comme des Garçons.
It got this plastic thing that they tacked on top, and they're $890
They go suck a
on
dick.
a Barney's table.
They go suck a dick.
Yeah. So
See, that's why I don't shop at places like that. You know why I shop? I shop at H&M. I may go to Zara's once in a blue moon. Uniqlo when they drop a Cause collab.
I love Zara. I love H&M. I am a Barney's and Saks. I'm not gonna lie.
I ain't gonna front. I can't afford that shit.
I am. I mean, I try to piece it together to make it work.
Don't get
it's
me
just
wrong.
a bad. It's just like it's I can't help it. It's not that I can't help it, but it's where the heart is, and you gotta make it work.
Like, don't get me wrong. I legit want a pair of Balenciaga Arenas, and I want a pair of Louboutin Pikes. I can't afford it. I'm trying to find a scammer right now that's giving me 50% off.
Shout out to the scammers. I desperately need you right about now. Like
I'm gonna tell you a joke.
OD.
Someone tweeted the other day, I need a T-Mobile and a Bloomingdale's Connect. This dude I know that follows me tweets, oh, my boy such and such. He asked me, my boy such and such works at T-Mobile. I tweeted him and said, I work at T-Mobile. I ain't on a Connect. I gotta take care of my
Your
kids.
pieces ain't linked.
You
Your pieces ain't linked.
you ain't piecing at my store.
You ain't Bitcoining.
Nope. Yo, I actually watched a documentary on Bitcoin, and I'm so mad. When Bitcoin first dropped, that shit was like $35 a Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Now
that
that shit
shit
is
was-
$4,000 a
yeah.
Bitcoin. 4 fucking grand.
I remember when people were talking about Bitcoin.
I
I
coulda
remember
cashed out.
I had a homeboy that was pressing on the Bit, like was trying to teach everybody about the Bit, and we were just like, whatever. But yeah, now
Niggas coulda cashed
right?
out.
Crazy.
Jesus Christ.
So what are your predictions on Off-White
So the Off-White,
Nike collab?
hopefully I get my reservation honored.
Oh yeah, I put mine in too, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I like the ones, the Prestos, the Blazers, and I think there's one other. I don't really like the Air Maxes that much. The '90s. Are the '90s or the ones? They're one of the two.
He did
sneaker.
the 90s.
He did '90s. I like those three. Like off the top of my head, I know like if I get RSVP to this Nike shit, I'm gonna grab me a pair of ones. I'm gonna grab me a pair of Blazers, and I'm gonna grab me a pair of Prestos. Like my credit card's gonna
Do we
fucking
even
hit
know
me.
retail yet?
No one knows retail, and
That's how they get you.
the crazy shit about it is that they're doing
Because you got to remember, y'all, they're still Lux. It's still Off-White is a luxury
brand, yeah.
item. So
that could be $400 for that one that Jordan 1 retail or more. And the crazy part about it is like Nike's doing something I've never seen Nike do before, a pre-release where you RSVP to this
what
place.
happened to the first date?
So September 1st was the original date, but it was a rumored date. It was a rumored date that no one actually confirmed. These fucking dickhead sneaker blogs always swear they know shit. Confirmed that it was September 1st. Nah, go suck a dick. But yeah, September 1st is not happening, and now it's I think the 6th to the 9th they're doing the pre-sale event, and then the official release is in November. And the pre-release joint, I like it. What do you like? What do you like from that 10-pack? I'm still surprised it's 10 pieces though.
I'm actually shocked there's 10 pieces, and I kind of feel like they should have waited it out.
Pieced it out.
And pieced it out over a time period. I will tell you this: anything Off-White, I am entirely biased.
Why is that?
I am diehard Off-White. I've been Off-White loving since Pyrex, like.
Okay.
Virgil
early days.
Like I have the utmost respect for Virgil as an artist, as a creator, as an individual.
I just can't afford that shit.
So yeah,
I remember when Pyrex first came out. It was like the big image of like the godly theme stuff, and it was like it was on a Champion hoodie, and it was like, yeah, this is $500. Nigga, what?
No, but do you remember? I just told the story the other day. Do you remember when the Pyrex, the infamous flannel, the part where it's just like the red flannel and then it says Pyrex in the back?
Yeah, I remember that one.
You know, those were double RL flannels when double RL the store was closing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they just put them on there. Yeah.
Wow.
And I feel like Pyrex, you know, don't quote me all, but I feel like Pyrex initially was just. It was an inside joke.
It was. I think that's what it was too. It was like, I'm gonna do this for me and my friends, and we're gonna fuck around, and because that's what I remember when the Pyrex shorts used to come out. It still had the Champion logo on it. They used to really buy Champion shorts and print on them and sell it for $200, $300, and it always got to me that Champion never hit them with a cease and desist.
Because look where Champion is now, though. Champion is winning off of everybody using their shit.
They are. But you know how most companies are like, oh, I don't want that.
Champion always been for the hood. Think about it.
Yeah, the Coneheads. The Conehead hoodies.
Has always been for the hood.
But to think, and here's why I say this. So you take a $10 Champion shorts, you print Pyrex on it, and you sell it for $300. As a company, I'm like, yo, I need a cut.
And then you have your hypebeast who grab them for the 300 and then try to sell it for the 6. So it's an ongoing cycle. Side note, Virgil, if you happen to somewhat hear part of this conversation, I think for nostalgic reasons, you should maybe do Off-White Pyrex release. That would be pretty interesting.
I think he should also just send us some shit. I mean, if the off chance you had randomly
we're there yet.
I mean, if you listen, you never know. If you off chance hear some shit and you want to invite us out to some shit, like, yo, you know what? I fucks with them because they're honest and they keep shit real. Listen, I will pay for my ticket wherever I gotta go, and we will be there.
You're gonna pull up.
I'm gonna pull up. I'll pull up in an Uber, a yellow cab. I ain't gonna pull up in no Wraith, but I'll pull up.
But yeah, so for me, that collaboration means a lot on a personal scale, just because, you know, being a fan of Virgil himself, to being at this point. And right now, anybody who's getting collaboration deals with these big companies, shout out to you. Like, if you're able to, I'm still like, I sent this to somebody the other day and they had no idea what I was talking about. But like, Skepta got an Air Max.
Really?
Yeah, see?
I didn't know that.
And they're sick. Like, and I'm just like, Skepta got an Air Max? Like, this is crazy.
Yo, I want to say this, and that man is true. He has the fucking Midas touch.
Skepta got an Air Max.
When Drake touches you, your name becomes something else because...
No, side note, give Skepta on the European tip and
on
all
the
that.
European
He's
tip,
been major for years.
He's been major for years.
Yeah.
But when did this Air Max deal happen?
Yeah, it just happened. And it's dope.
And
as
who
shit.
has a Jordan Brand deal?
No, that shit is dope. And but yeah, so anybody right now who's getting their collabs and whatnot, like shout out to you. Like keep pushing for the culture. I feel like right now we're in a space where
You're your own.
the consumer, the people on the ground are now
the tastemakers.
Yeah, they're now the ones that are telling these companies this is where we need to go, this is where we need to be. On that note, I'm not going to mention any names, and if you mention it, you're on your own. But if you get,
I'll mention the name. If I know what the fuck you talking about.
If you are one of those people who are lucky enough to get into a position to be at that table, watch yourself. The shit that happens, the fame and all that, like it ain't worth it. Like play it safe. Don't lose what you've built up on off of stuff that is probably not even really you. So
it's funny because I actually just watched Ferg interview with the Breakfast Club, and he talked about Bari, and straight up called he's a bitch. Ferg says this on the interview. He's a bitch. We don't condone that shit, and I respect that. When you can check, all right. You talked about the code in the street doesn't that. If you do it privately, you checked your homie. Yo, go sit down. You ain't doing shit.
I respect that, but at the same time, I'm going to sit here and I'm saying this as a female who has been in different situations. The reason why I can't sit here and be like, oh, yeah, you know what I mean? Check your boy. Cool. That's what's up. Like, check your boy, and that's what you're supposed to do. That's the code of ethics. But at the same time, these same people that sit here are the same people who behind closed doors do the same exact thing.
And I agree with you on that.
So I've seen that. So, and do you remember the Ian Connor situation?
Yeah.
When Ian Connor was sitting
The
here
rape allegations
and everybody left
Jumped
Ian
on him.
Connor,
Yep.
like just dropped him, entirely dropped him. Like, to me, that was so crazy. He was the next best thing. He was this, that. Kanye gave him, all this type of shit. He got into some shit. Do we know if it's true or not?
No.
We can't sit here and say that.
So, I want to say this. It's always innocent until proven guilty until it has to do with pedophilia or rape.
Yes.
Because then it's guilty until proven innocent, and we still may think you're guilty.
Yeah, because it came up. But all I'm saying is, put yourself in a space, and this is just like in general, whether your opportunity is as big as, you're in Portland about to sign your shoe deal or whatever, or you are at your job, about to get promoted, whatever the case may be. Like, keep in mind, that's one thing I cannot stress more than anything. These things that socially seem cool or fun or whatever, and sometimes, honestly speaking, that really may be who people are.
Yeah.
But don't lose your opportunity. Don't lose your chance. Don't lose your your moment to put your
over some dumb shit.
Over some nonsense.
And and I'm gonna be real with you, and I want to preface my comments before I say what I'm about to say. I don't condone anything Bari did that night. Anything he did that night. But for Bari, you should be mad at your homie that was recording that shit. Not everything needs to be on fucking social media.
But that's but here's the thing. Same exact. You're saying, okay, manage your homie, whatever the case may be.
But you also gotta check yourself.
But you know what I mean? And I don't want to, and I'm not gonna sit here and speak on him or anything like that. But I'm sitting at the same time. This is somebody who IG storied from the moment he woke up to the end of the night. You know what I mean?
So I didn't know all that.
So you have people living off, and if that's who you are, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Know who you're doing it around.
Yeah.
And know when it is to turn it off, and you know what I mean. Those type of things. Again, we're in an age of social media where everybody feels the need to say, "I was here. I was with this person. I was doing this thing."
Yep.
Or I've been in conversations of people who are really high on, the culture scales and will sit in a room of people who are being trusting in that room, whether it be creatively, whether it be business, whether it be personal, whatever the case is, and will sit with their phones on record and will have their cameras up and stuff
disgusting.
like that. And that's what I'm saying. And that's where code goes out the window. We have people who right now are being praised socially But the reason that they even got to where they got to is because they sold someone out in the
Yep.
beginning.
And that's nasty. It's like it's tasteless. But I want to jump back on your partnership thing you were talking about with brands. So people fail to realize Big Sean had an Adidas deal. Basically,
did.
everyone from Good Music had an Adidas deal. Tiana, Kanye. See, and I think I was the first person to break Kanye was actually switching to Adidas. It was always rumored, but I went to the Yeezus show in 2013, and it was night 2. He went on a rant talking about Nike. And in my mind, it clicked. I said, Tiana Taylor had her Adidas deal then. And I said, he's going to Adidas. And I remember the Instagram post clearly. I took a picture of the thing and wrote on top of it, I said, Kanye is going to Adidas. And I want to say maybe 3 or 4 weeks later, they posted, Kanye has officially signed with Adidas. And ever since Kanye officially went to Adidas, Big Sean went to Adidas, Pusha T went to Adidas, 2 Chainz went to Adidas, Cudi doesn't have one, Sci-Hi doesn't have one, but the main people that's associated with Good Music had an Adidas deal at one point. And then Big Sean left, and now he's at Puma. Tiana Taylor got dropped, Reebok now.
Reebok, yeah.
And 2 Chainz left. He's with Patrick Ewing. And it's funny that we talk about this because the other day I asked myself this question. Kendrick had a Reebok deal. Where's Kendrick's Reebok deal now? He's with Nike. He's been in Cortez the whole tour.
Cortez all day.
So what happened? What kind of check did Nike cut that Adidas didn't cut because Reebok is owned by Adidas? What check did Nike cut to remove him from that Adidas deal? Because
Yeah, I don't think it's even a check, though. I think it might be a situation where Adidas may feel that they have the golden ticket right now. So
With Kanye.
it might be a situation where it's like,
We don't need
cut
you.
all these other ends and let's put more money into this one particular project.
But I think with the Good Music thing, it made sense to have everyone from Good Music
Yeah, that
pushing your
was-
brand.
it
Like
was cool.
Pusha T, I have his EQTs up there. I have
Which I
his
entirely
other.
love. I wish I got one of those 50 pairs.
Which ones?
The Friends and Family that he just did.
Oh, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know.
My homeboy danced in a couple of his videos and danced for his EQT release for it was either the Black Markets or the one with the boost material, the one I got, the gray ones. It's either one of those launches he danced for on stage with Pusha T.
This is entirely random, but I'm just thinking about it right now, only because I've been following Baby Guinea forever, Virginia.
Okay.
Shout out to Push finally proposing to her. That's what's up. Family man. So you gotta be,
Yeah.
head of a company and
Yeah.
engaged. And,
El Presidente.
Yes, and now shoes and all that. Shout out to him for
Yo,
that.
so I'm gonna tell a funny story. I've been on Play Clothes for I want to say a minimum of 10 years, 10 to 12 years. It was around like after I got the hospital, it was 04. So I want to say 10 or 11 years. Now, Vinny's was open and they had a store called Brooklyn Circus out here.
I remember that.
So Play Clothes and Rich Young started around the same time.
Rich Young.
I used to wear Rich Young like it was a religion. And then Play Clothes popped into my line and said, I'm like, oh, I'm going to start wearing this.
Do you have the shoes too?
Which one, the Rich Young ones?
Yeah.
No. It stopped. I stopped wearing Rich Young really quickly. It was really quickly. I'll actually send you a photo. I'll show you a photo of me wearing my last piece of Rich Young. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. But people don't realize that the logo for Play Clothes, Running Jack, came from BBC and came from ice cream. That Running Jack logo was actually gifted to Pusha T from Pharrell
yeah, I remember.
as a yo here, get this started from Pharrell and
Do your own
Nigo.
thing.
And it's funny because the car company I worked for, Full Circle, used to drive Nigo around. Before Bape got huge, it was we drive. I think did they have the New York store open back in 2010? I'm not sure, but it was before. It was open. It was open, but they were only doing really sneakers. So the clothes was, but it wasn't as big as it was. Baby Milo was still a thing. Kid Robot was still a thing. Like, so he used to do that, and we used to drive him around. But yeah, that was my funny story about the running jack thing. People don't really know about that. That running jack was actually gifted from Pharrell and Nigo to Pusha T to get Play Clothes up and running. And shout out to No Malice. His album just dropped. I actually got to listen to that. Damn, my phone's dying. I'm in my house and my phone's dying.
Crazy.
Let's see.
And this is like the number one tech guy. He got like everything tech. I don't understand.
Look, everything's Apple in my fucking house.
But yeah, so how's your phone dying and you're in the crib?
I don't know. You know what it was? I was at work. I work for T-Mobile. I have a regular fucking job. I'm not a baller nigga.
Shout out to the 9-to-5ers. You will be coming back to trend very soon.
Yes.
Side note, when do you think the scammer bubble is gonna pop?
Yo, the scammer bubble. See, I'm gonna tell you two things.
No. Please admit, we are at an all-time high.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's an all-time. But you know who I appreciate? The scammers that got in, got their money,
And got out.
and opened legit businesses.
Yeah,
I know a couple.
those are
No,
the
what?
ones-
I'm not
those are
saying.
the- those
I
are
don't.
the
I don't know a
ones-
couple of them. I don't know a couple of scammers that done that. But I appreciate those people because at the end of the day, you did it for a short period of time. You got your money and you got it for a reason. You're not doing it to flaunt on Instagram and take bitches out. Excuse my
That
language.
right there is what I've been saying. Let me tell you something. I come from a place where you did what you had to do to get where you needed to
Correct.
be.
You
to
stripped-
take care of who you needed to take
You
care
stripped
of.
because you went to school or you had kids to take care of.
That's crazy. I just had a revelation. Actually, everything that's glorified now,
It was a
way
niche.
out.
It was a way out.
It was a way out.
Yeah,
That's
bartending,
crazy.
stripping, scamming, selling drugs.
And now,
It's
it's
glorified.
glorified. That's
Yeah.
crazy. And that's what I'm saying. The code, there is no G code anymore. And why I'm talking about this scammer bubble is, personally, if I'm doing something to take care of mine. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take that risk to take care of mine because at the end of the day, if something happens to me, fine, it happened to me. But I know I sacrificed whatever the case may be
For a good cause.
for the people that I needed to take care of.
Correct.
And so with the scammer bubble, we had like, if the feds don't have a blueprint to your life at this point via IG of every country you've been in,
Yeah.
every yacht you've booked, every club you pop bottles in, like, and that's what I'm saying. The game is backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, you did what you did behind closed doors, and you kept it quiet, and you didn't flash. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, we gonna take it back to Frank Lucas. Like, he didn't want to wear the fur.
No.
You know what I mean?
He
Like,
got mad at his wife when she fucking made him wear that fur out to that fight.
Exactly. But you see, now we're at a point where that's what it's for.
Yep.
I
It's for the
respect- if
gram.
you-
Everything's for the gram.
if you're doing whatever it is that you're doing for a bigger opportunity to make it to the next step, hey, listen.
Do what you gotta do.
That's what- you know
and,
what
and
I
that's
mean?
and here's my thing with scammers. Don't scam the people that look like you.
Oh yeah.
Scam the motherfuckers that don't.
No, I got people like, let me tell
Scam
you,
people outside of your hood.
I'm sure everybody somebody that knows somebody, whatever. Like, that's like a rule. Like, that's a rule in the book. Like, oh, you try and get this now. I'm not gonna cop the shoes from over there because that's one of our. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that. Like those are certain rules.
It's crazy because my ex credit card got hit. Someone bought something from GOAT. It's a sneaker app.
Mm-hmm.
Someone bought something from Forever 21. But I'm like, yo, you're a scammer. Don't scam somebody black.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna scam, fucking have some kind of fucking 40 acres and a mule mindset.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, right now, I don't understand. Listen, if you're that person who, listen, I want to travel the world. I'll tell you right now, that's
Yep.
something I want to do. But I want to travel the world with peace of mind. I don't want to travel the world and be in fucking Indonesia somewhere and the feds come busting
On
down my
credit card
doors
fraud.
like I'm Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, that's not going to
Like
work.
the shorty me you talked about with the Instagram stylist chick that got arrested for credit card fraud in PA with the Rolexes.
Yeah.
I'm like, ain't this about a bitch?
Yeah. So like, and for me, I'll tell you right now, I took that personally. And the reason I took that personally,
Because you do that shit for real.
I followed her, and I respected her work and I respected her looks, and I took it personally because it was like, damn, like, I felt like you was killing, you was doing your thing, and I looked at you like, motivation.
Yeah.
but you was.
You wasn't really
You
doing
was
it.
cheating. You know what I'm saying?
You had a
so
cheat
it's
code
like
on that
I
shit.
can't. Yeah, that's why I'm like, damn. You know, my nigga, she had a $5,000 Balenciaga coat on. She had 5,000. Like she had Vitamins boots before Vitamins was like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
was. So that part of it, I'm just kind of. But I'm wondering like it's. We are at an all-time high.
Mm-hmm.
We got people in all types of countries and all time. And if you're enjoying life, by all means, enjoy yourself, have fun. But
Just
at the
be
end of
safe.
the day, know what it is that you're doing, know why it is that you're doing it. But I feel like
Get out.
I feel
Get-
like that bubble,
Get in, get
that bubble
out.
is big right now.
Who said
and-
that? Who said get in, get out? They rapped it. Can't remember. I'll get back to it later.
Yeah, but like that bubble is is at an all-time high right now. Like the level of flex is crazy.
It's crazy because everyone's doing it for the gram. Because you know why? I'll tell you exactly what it is. Everybody wants to live that rapper lifestyle, and in today's age, you can.
But you see that here's
You're not doing it legally.
So no, but here's the thing it gets even better. You scam to live the rapper lifestyle.
And the rappers are not living the rapper lifestyle because
Not
they don't
even a
own that
little bit,
shit.
yeah. And the shit is rented or borrowed
Yep.
or lent out, whatever the case is.
Got a
And-
jeweler's name on the back of the actual
No,
jewelry.
but here, this is the part that's it's like slightly burning my heart just a little bit. The scammers are now getting in positions that they're getting solidified. Like you said, you just said living the rapper lifestyle. Now they're turning into
To
the rappers.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, and there's certain people who I'm gonna flat out say like I respect. Like I'm gonna say like right now, Casanova. Casanova talks about it.
So, here's something about Casanova. I used to dance on a TV show called Flex in Brooklyn. Casanova used to be there. Casanova used to chill around people. Casanova lived up the block from here. I shouldn't have said that. Now people know where I live. Okay, so Casanova lived around here.
Yeah.
In this area. And it was a well-known thing what Casanova did. But I appreciate where he's coming from. Again, I appreciate the people that got out and appreciate the position that they are in now. Because if you got out and you don't look back, and not because you don't want to associate with those people no more, but you appreciate where you were and where you are. And if you can do that, I respect you 100%. Because at the end of the day, you know you're doing it for something bigger now. Go legit. If you got enough money.
Have a plan, man. Have a plan. Sometimes I just be wondering, like we was having a conversation of the other day, and somebody was saying that the scammers, they got everything but the money.
Yeah.
They got it. They got the art.
Yeah, the lifestyle.
They got the lifestyle. They got the clothes, the shoes, everything, but the money.
Yeah, and this harps back to my
And the money's
50%
what's gonna
thing.
pay your lawyer fee.
Yeah,
baby.
and this is what I tell you, the 50% thing. Y'all niggas need to take that 50% of whatever you buying, give it up for 50%. What the fuck is wrong with y'all wanting 80, 70%?
No, it used to be like that.
Give it up for 50%.
No, but it used to. Well, I'm gonna just say this: the people I used to call, it used to be like that. It used
Yeah.
to be, I'm gonna give you the half.
Half. And now niggas
now,
want
I
80
don't
to
know.
70%.
But you see, the dumb shit is
And-
they keeping the shit. I don't.
Yeah.
That part I don't get. I don't get it. Like you flex it for the gram and then you keeping it. Oh no, Shy. My favorite is the scammers turn stylists.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh.
I'm done. I can't do it with them people.
The scammers
And it's like,
turn stylists.
you only know this because you spent
look like
other
a
money.
mannequin. You look like a Gucci mannequin. Okay,
Wow.
and even the Gucci mannequins don't even look like that.
Yeah.
Like I need
I can't with these people.
to stop. But anyway, on that topic, just go back to the G code, y'all. Like, please.
Yes,
just
please do. Please do.
Remember what it's for. Remember who it's for. Remember what it's about. Like,
Raise the hood, raise the
I
kids.
just said it to somebody close to me the other day. I just said, listen, I won't even lie to you right now. Somebody hit me off with a couple mil. I'll sit down for a little bit.
Yo,
I'll,
we were talking about that shit at work today.
I will like no lie.
Nigga said
I will
if
sit down.
if we won that Mega Million shit tomorrow or tonight, whatever the fuck that drawing is,
You didn't get your ticket though.
I didn't get my ticket.
So
I'm gonna play next
come
week because
on.
anybody gonna win this week.
How you know?
I'm gonna play next week.
I played, so I might
All
win.
right, you may win. That's different. But I tell people like this all the time. I told them today. I was like, yo, end of the day, if I won that shit, I'm coming into work the next day. I'm fucking shit up and I'm bouncing. I don't need your job.
But you see, you just got misconstrued what I'm saying. When I say sit down,
Oh no, I'm gone. I'm vanishing.
no, I'm not talking about that kind of sit down.
What do
I
you
said
mean?
I'm in a day and age where I really sat and I thought about it. And that's what I'm saying, like Instagram message your mind up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you give me a couple of M's, listen, I'll do the 2-3 years in the camp.
Oh.
Because if you really think about
Oh
it,
yeah.
if you really think about
it's
and
worth
by
it.
the way, nonviolent crimes, you going to the camp.
Yeah.
You going to the camp.
I get what you're saying.
Okay.
But nah, they trying to hit these niggas with football numbers now.
Yeah.
They
But
trying to hit these niggas with football numbers
the scale,
now.
But you see, and that's the bullshit right there. Because I feel like that's white collar crime. Because then you have people who've done the same exact thing, corporate America,
Yeah.
who've done it on a larger scale.
Fucking Banks done it.
And that's what I'm saying. And to me, that right there. But you see, the reason why it's getting worse, where it's football
Everybody's
numbers,
doing
is
it.
because now they're at a point where they're making an example. And it's you have white collar crime in corporate America who they did it to build their family wealth. I'm trying to remember one of the biggest names in the stock market, and it's gonna come
Bernie
to me.
Madoff.
Yes.
Ponzi scheme, man.
But guess what? I'm sure Madoff is perfectly fine sitting where
Oh,
he's
yeah.
sitting because guess what?
They
His
didn't get that
family,
money. They didn't get that money.
Exactly. His family's good.
Yeah.
His generation, his 5, 6, 7 generations
Good.
from now is straight.
Oh yeah.
I'll sit down.
Yeah,
I'll take that
I
out.
can sit down. I can sit down. My kids are good. I can sit down. Like, you're not touching that 30 million I got. Oh yeah. 7? That's fine. I'll be in good behavior. Just lock me in solitary confinement. I don't care. But I'm just so you know, I'm gonna name this this episode of the podcast Scammer Bubble. That's a good one. All right, so I want to jump to another topic here.
Yeah.
You want to do Chance, 2 Chainz, Cole, Kendrick, or albums you're looking forward to?
Oh, let me see. I don't know, because right now, let's see. I'm going to say this.
I think
No,
the
actually,
Chain-
I'm going to throw you for a loop.
Okay.
I'm going to go on Chainz. I'm going to start with Chainz
Okay.
because this album was rocking.
Mm-hmm.
But Quavo doing the national anthem.
So, I heard the dude that did the national anthem. That should be lit.
Yes.
I think Quavo has that Drake
and I like
touch.
his response. Did you see his response?
No, I didn't see the response.
He said that he would be more than willing to do it as long as it gives every race, nationality, everything equality.
I fucked with that.
Perfect.
I
It
fucked
was
with
a
that.
perfect
That boy's
response.
media trained.
Yes.
That
he
boy's
is.
media trained.
Yes.
But I think I would like that. I would like that. So Chainz, is he one of the most underrated rappers right now?
By far.
I tell people this all the time. 2 Chainz may be the greatest guest
But I don't
artist
think
of all times.
I think that he's entirely okay with it
Yeah,
because
no, he is.
Chainz is somebody who does live by the G code, and Chainz is somebody who, for him, it's about his family.
Yep.
As
Chainz
long
and Push
as
is the
his-
same.
As long as his family's eating, as long as there's money coming in,
He's good.
He's gonna dumb it down.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna he gonna stay in his lane.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna whatever the case may be, just as long as his children are eating, his house is built,
Yeah.
whatever the case is, it's whatever to him.
Because I was talking to my coworkers the other day. I like, yo, we can literally name 2 artists that if they're featured on someone's song, they're gonna give you their fucking all. Fat Joe and Chainz. And Chainz is gonna run with whoever he has to run with and light that shit up. Because that Champion song, he might have had the best verse of 2016 with that fucking verse. Like Chainz, and I appreciate that with Chainz. Like, I'm gonna rap with the person I'm rapping with, but I'm gonna show you that I'm better than them. And he has that Hope has that same way about him. I'm a rap. Like, y'all know I can rap, but I'm gonna make you see why this person. If you ever said this person is better than me, I'm gonna show you why this person's not better than me. And with Chainz, I appreciate that so much because the Mercy verse, fire. That Champions verse, fire. The song with Nicki Minaj. I don't want Nicki Minaj on that song.
This is the second time you shaded Nicki. I just want to say that.
But I'm just saying, I don't want Nicki on that song
You
because
keep shading
Chainz
Nicki.
violated that song.
What's going on, Shy?
I'm tired of Nicki Minaj.
What's going on?
I'm tired of Nicki Minaj.
Get it off your chest right now.
All right, I'll keep it real. Safari was my basketball coach as a kid.
Oh, so it's
personal.
It's personal.
That TV show
But
Flex in
Safari
Brooklyn.
winning with
Oh, he's
Cardi.
winning.
Didn't he write the song?
I didn't know that.
I mean, we gotta check our facts.
I
I
gotta
heard
Google
I
this.
heard Safari wrote
Bodak
Bodak Yellow.
I didn't know that, but that TV show I told you I danced on Flex in Brooklyn. Safari danced on that show.
Oh.
So now you understand the dance background where he was in behind her and all that. But it was dirty. I don't want to talk about her relationship with Meek and all that because that has nothing to do with me personally. But it was just dirty. 10 years, then you just I mean, it is what it is.
Vice versa?
I wouldn't like it either. Even you're my homie. I'll tell you straight to your face. That was nasty. It wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look. Because at the end of the day, you're not with someone for 10 years, get big enough, and you're like, I don't need you no more. And her music suffered from that day.
But it wasn't even, I don't need you anymore. Safari did his shit too.
Yeah, he did his shit too. But we don't think Mickey was doing her shit too?
Yeah, I'm sure they were.
Like, you're on every other song talking about you sucking Wayne's dick. Like, as a man.
No, she ain't start talking that crazy until after they broke up.
You forget. Wayne's the president and I'm Monica Lewinsky.
Oh, yeah.
She's been talking that shit for a while. And as a man, sit back and no one knows me and you are together. And you're telling, and everyone's like, yo, I want to fuck Nicki. Nicki's so bad. And I got to sit there and take all this shit. And you're not like, yo, chill.
Was it sacrifices for the check and the fame?
It's sacrifice. I seen it as sacrifices of love to make sure she's good. Like, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna take all this shit. And I'm gonna make sure she's good. Because if I say something, it's gonna become a whole big thing. It's gonna diminish. It's not diminish her brand, but it's gonna be like, oh, the air Missy's out the air. Her boyfriend is there. Her fiance is there. So it's like, it's nasty. I don't want to talk it back to 2 Chainz. I think like this album is super dope. He gave you that dumbed down shit that he knew was gonna sell. But that last song, Burglary Bars, with Monica, that man can fucking rap. And he can tell a story.
Chainz is definitely one of our greats, but Chainz is also teaching us something, and he says it all the time. You know, Lil Wayne has taught him. In this industry, they don't want the great. They don't want, like right now.
Wale has to learn that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Poor Wale. But anyway, in this industry, they don't want the great. They don't want the lyrical. They don't want the in depth and all that.
They
and
want the turn
Chainz
up.
says that all the time. So you know what? I'm a preschool ABC rap you all day long. And as long as I'm eating,
Yep.
because and that's where it comes back to. As long as my people good, my family good.
I'm good.
But Chainz is definitely I won't say underrated because I think that he places himself there, but I think it's a strategic business move.
I do think he places himself there, but again, I think he's in the same lane Pusha T is, where it's like I can jump on this song with fucking for the Arby's commercial, and because Pusha T did an Arby's commercial, and I can bar you to death. I can make a hit song with Chris Brown. I can make a hit song with Future, and I can bar you to death, and people still forget you. Not forget you as in terms of sales, but when they naming those people that like lyrically who are the top MCs, they forget you. Because it's like, I'm not braggadocious. Like 2 Chainz is that like
you
flamboyant.
You really think Chainz is gonna be forgettable though?
I don't think he's when I say forgettable, it's like when they're naming when you tell people name your top 5 lyricists right now.
Okay.
They're gonna be like, oh,
saying.
this. They're gonna name the same top 5. They're not gonna put Pusha T or Chainz in there. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna name you Drake. They're gonna name you Wayne. They're gonna name you Kendrick. They're gonna name you Big Sean. They're gonna name you these people, and they're gonna forget 2 Chainz, Pusha T, and Wale. And like, lo and behold, Wale would out-rap 90% of these fucking niggas right now. Pusha T would out-rap 99% of these niggas right now. Chainz, same thing. And it's like, it's always left out because they're not the huge mainstream artists that people get the light shined on. And this is a good segue. What is Chance the Rapper's impact on the game right now?
Chance the Rapper right now, I feel like is bridging the gap of where we're living musically, culturally, into socially. He's making us way more socially aware than some. It's been a long time since we've been this socially aware about a lot of things. I think that's who Chance the Rapper is for us right now. I think he is, let me think here. He is the NWA, the Pac, anybody who, the Nas.
Moving the culture forward.
Yeah, who was saying like, yo, we doing this, but we got to remember, let's put the money back into our kids' schools. Let's,
on the social side, on the standpoint of like, we actually have to give back.
Let's be fathers. Let's be good baby father. Let's have good, really healthy relationships.
Yeah.
Let's respect our parents. Let's, those type of things. I feel like he is bringing that conscious back to us, where we're taking away from the branding. Like we were just talking about everybody getting branded, with clothes and shoes and all this type of stuff. Chance show up in a hoodie,
a 3 hoodie, and a 3 hat,
and some shoes, and
his hoodie tucked into his pants,
and call it a day. And it is what it is. And he might, what I'm saying, like, don't he got a new era deal for his hats?
Yeah, he does.
Little things like that, but that's not where the focus is
Yeah,
at. You get what
the
I'm
focus is on the schools.
Like, he's putting it back into, let's bring it back to the things that matter. And I feel like for our community, and I'm going to say our in the sense of, our African American community, that's really important, because we're in a day and time where we got money phones and our rappers are promoting,
not giving a fucking thing back.
$1 million chains and all that type of stuff. So I feel like bringing that balance of social conscious is nice, and I think that's what he is.
I think as a artist who's, when people say like he's a Christian rapper and all this, I don't see it, because in his lyrics I don't really hear that, but I do hear someone that dealt with some shit in their life and has seen the other side and is ready to, like, okay, like, because what introduced me to Chance was Ultralight Beams, and then Coloring Book. And I just recently went back and listened to 10 Day and Acid Rap. Like, when I mean recent, I mean like about a week, 2 weeks ago. And I hear the difference in those 3 projects.
And who he is.
And to say that he's that person where it's, I'm going to be socially conscious, I'm going to make sure we're good as a culture and my people are good in my city, and make sure, I still have a connection with God and all that. He's that man that your mother told you to bring home. Yes, let him be a little street, but love God, knows who he is as an individual, and wants to get back to the community. We thought that didn't exist until we got Obama. Obama's a little street. He's socially conscious. Like, it's like, it's bad I compared Chance to Obama, but
I don't think so. I don't think it's bad. I think it's, we're in a place where it's more relatable. Like, everything you've just said, like, loves God, family, all that type of stuff, had a child young, figuring it out, with the other person, figuring it out, with being a father, all that type of stuff. I will say I got hip to Chance on his social work before his music.
Okay.
So I didn't, I had people around me who are really big Chance fans. Yeah. But I didn't like pay too much attention to the music. Okay. So, but then when I started seeing what he was doing, I said, wait a minute now. And then I started paying more attention to him, because for me, that was more attractive than any music that you could drop. Yeah, correct. You understand? Like, I'll give you another example. Kendrick, I listened to mixtape Kendrick, but I saw Kendrick live at, it was a sneaker show in the city. I forget which one it is. Somebody had taken me on a date. I remember that. It was a sneaker show. It was a sneaker show, and Kendrick was the performer. Okay. And I never heard none of his songs. Didn't know who he was. We came out, sat on a chair, and real hippie shit. Yeah, like did his. This is before the dreads and all that. Section 80. Yeah, and his live performance I went home and I downloaded all his mixtapes.
So I first introduction to Kendrick was Good Kid, Mad City. Love that album, phenomenal album.
Great album, actually.
My first concert I ever went to go see, Yeezus, Kendrick opened for him. I was VIP. And when I mean,
I missed that. I went to Yeezus, but I was late, so I
You-
didn't see Kendrick.
oh, it was Kendrick or Tribe Night?
No, it was Kendrick. I remember
Okay.
Tribe Night because I remember Miss Apple Bottom, and that was like a big deal.
Yeah.
But no, it was Kendrick Night.
Yeah, so I got there early. I was next to the stage the whole night, and Kendrick came out and performed, and I word for word rapping all the songs, and the energy that man showed as an opener and had arguably a better album than Yeezus. I was like, it shows something to be an opener multiple times for bigger artists than you. 'Cause remember, he was an opener during Section 80 days for Drake. And then following, year or 2 years after that, you're an opener for Kanye.
Speaking
And
of Drake,
then-
that's one of my favorite songs from.
The interlude,
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Do you know Interlude brought so much conversation and argument for me with people because it was, wait, is that Drake rapping Kendrick's verse? Is that Kendrick rapping Drake's verse? Is it like who did what? You know, who is Kendrick hating on Drake?
Yeah.
Like what was it? You know, and I remember that I've had 50,000 conversations about Interlude.
It's funny because,
And as I get older, they change.
yeah.
As I get older, the perception of it changes.
Yeah, so it's funny because when I first heard that, I told you how I digest music. I just listen and don't look at what I'm listening to. So I played the album and that song comes on. So for the longest while, I'm like, I want to say 6 months of me listening to that album, I never knew that was Kendrick. I always
That's what I'm saying. You didn't know.
Yeah.
I thought at the beginning, I thought it was Drake with just like
a tune, like
yeah,
auto
something going on. And then time passed again, I listened again, I'm like, wait,
something's not right.
it's not making sense. And then you hear in the lyrics and you hear what he's saying, and we talk about, and then when he says Aaliyah's name and the way he says it, I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that album's my favorite Drake album to this day. And when somebody told me that was Kendrick, I said, what? They're like, yo, that's Kendrick. I'm like, nah, that ain't
And that's
Kendrick.
before Kendrick was Kendrick.
That was before Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
That was before Good Kid, Mad City. Because again, as I do, I lump albums in together the way they release. So when Take Care released that, I think that same month or within that same 3-week span was Childish Gambino's Camp,
Oh, that was a crazy time.
Ambition,
That's right.
Pusha T, Fear of God 2, which got leaked
Yeah.
the same day as Drake's album came out. And I'm like, yo, that
2011.
was a great fucking span of like, I want to say like a week or 2 or 3 weeks because,
Man, the music was so good right there.
yo, that Wale album, Ambition, amazing.
That was such a good time.
And to think, the funny thing about it was, Ambition was Wale's second album. Take Care, Drake's second album. Both of those shits was immaculate. To think that,
Take Care ran my life for like 2 years.
and it Take Care, to this day,
Still does.
I still love Take Care. Like, one of my favorite Drake songs on the end of that album, Look What You've Done For Me. And
My favorite on that, Hate Sleeping Alone.
okay. And then the other song I love of that album, like no one really knows this, 'cause I always talk about Look What You've Done, is Over My Dead Body. And that song, like,
It was just, Take Care was just, it was the breakup. I'm heartbroken. Fuck that bitch. Let's get money. My family.
Yeah.
I'm fucked up. My family. Like, I'm getting money, but my family's not happy. It was everything. And for me, I remember that year. I remember that was the year I turned 21.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, that was the year. Dang, y'all, give
2011,
me
you
how
turned
old I
20.
am. I turned 21 that year. And
I was 25.
yeah,
20
and
I
I
was
remember
26.
the first time At that time, the person I was talking to had connections with that. That was before like it was like a thing. Had connections with the camp, so they had the album before everybody else. And so I heard it in the car and everything. Oh, and at that time, I was heavy on The Weeknd, House of Balloons.
I was about to say that. So it kind of detracted from me when I found out The Weeknd gave him like 6 songs off that album.
The Weeknd ran through and to see the thing. All right, The Weeknd conversation is a personal thing for me because I was bumping The Weeknd, House of Balloons. I'm talking Table Girl, like all that type of stuff. And I remember people were like, "That's weird. It sounds like he's screaming and
So
all
the thing
this
was,
type of
I
stuff."
didn't mind. I didn't mind.
No,
it.
I'm not saying, but that was the thing.
Yeah.
At that time, The Weeknd was just like people were like, "What?" And then that was a time that nobody knew who or what The Weeknd was. Nobody. There's no pictures,
and he
no
touched,
nothing.
And he touched Take Care.
And it's crazy. And when cameras, the good ones go. Let me tell you something. When I heard
Crew
The Weeknd,
love.
when I heard The Weeknd on that from being stuck on House of Balloons for months, and then Take Care coming along, and he got The Weeknd. For me, that brought me closer to Drake. Like, dude, like you see people before they are who they are.
He has the Midas touch.
Yes, crazy.
When he says he has the Midas touch, like when you sit down and think about it, the man really does have the Midas touch. Like everything he touches and turns to gold. Whether he has a direct connection to it or he's just mentioned something or played it and danced to it, it goes. And that album to me was like, okay, you set yourself up to be whatever the fuck you want to be. And I appreciate that album. That shit was a dope ass album. Let's see, what's next on the agenda? Because I think we've been talking for like almost 2 hours already.
We've been chatting for a minute.
Yes.
You're going to have to run this thing down.
Yeah.
We're going to have to run this thing down.
We only got 3 more topics left.
What you got?
I don't want to switch gears yet. I want to end off on that last serious note. I want to do Cole and Kendrick album. So I don't know if you heard the story, but somebody on Twitter asked Punch if we would ever get the Cole and Kendrick album. Punch said no, and then Punch joked around and said, "Well, I don't know. We may get it. You'll get it. I'm not sure. You know what? Just ask them." And now everybody's like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Because we've heard so much.
So it's like insinuating that it might already be done.
It might already be done, but a couple, I think it was like a year or two ago. No, it wasn't Absol. It was what's the other one? Not Absol. No, it was Absol. Absol had an interview where they asked him about the Cole and Kendrick album, and he legit said it was done. He was like, "Oh, it's done. It's just when you're gonna get it." And so now everybody's spiraling out of control, trying to figure out when is this going to happen. When is this Cole and Kendrick album is going to happen? My question to you is: A, are you looking forward to it? And B, when do you want to hear it?
On the two of them, first of all, the two of them look at, it always blows my mind. Look at where they are right now. Look at who they are.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go back to the beginning of our conversation. I am a person who, I like an artist. I like music as a whole.
Yep.
I like I want to see who you are. I want to see what you're about. I want to see what you're putting out, like those type of things.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to, as a listener or as a quote unquote fan, I want to be able to grow with you. And it's so crazy. Like these are guys who came up, different ways. We got one that went to college. We got one that
graduated too.
Yeah, went to college, graduated,
played ball.
You know what I mean? Kendrick is having his baby. Cole had his baby.
Cole's married.
Yeah, Kendrick is engaged. Like those type of things. Like, and it's crazy to watch these people grow. So when we're sitting here talking about that particular album, I feel like there's a reason that it's being held because it's ahead of where they are personally. And they're the type of people musically where they've learned to let the music
speak for them.
Yeah. And help them grow as people. Like, 2014 for Cole.
Forest Hill Drive.
Yeah, like that was
a monumental No features,
But-
going platinum.
But look what that did for him, like where he was as a person.
But you know what's crazy about that? I think that album was it's weird. I see the album as a retirement album for me. Retirement of the Cole we knew. It was like, okay, I gave you 3 albums of this J. Cole. He's gone. I'm going to give you someone else. And that's when we got For Your Eyes Only. Where, again.
Cole is also, I'm gonna also put that in the mix. Cole also being another socially conscious
Yes.
person.
Yes.
I definitely dig that. Like in this day and age, and I'm just bringing this because I was just looking at our list and things. Like in this day and age, like if we're missing on the socially conscious, I don't give a fuck how much money you making, what you do, what you wearing, what award. I don't care what it is. But like we as a culture, I feel like we can't leave that piece out.
Yeah.
At all, like in anything that we do, and we can't misrepresent. And that's why I said the thing about Quavo doing
Yeah.
the national anthem, like that,
Which is an amazing touch.
yeah,
Shout out
and
to you,
also,
Quavo.
and also just even the way he responded and saying, "I want unity. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna be a part of that. I want it to be a unified act." So Cole also being very socially conscious. Kendrick as well. I feel like didn't he just did something. I was reading a headline. He just did something not too long ago for his community. Something.
He's always doing something for the community.
Yeah, they always
I know
are.
a girl that grew up in that area where Kendrick grew up, and she was like, "That's Kenny.
Yeah.
That's who the fuck he
He's
is."
local boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how many times have you
Did you see
seen
his Viceland interview?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, how
Yeah.
many times have you seen footage of him or pictures or videos where he's really sitting on his, for them it's their porch, but
With a bunch
for
of
us, it's
gang
their
members.
block. Yeah, like he's sitting there and it's regular. It's
Yeah.
at the local burger spot, like
And
it's super regular.
What I appreciated about him is that Kendrick has all this money and went and bought a $500,000 house.
yeah.
I went and bought a
I
modest
bought
house.
his sister Corolla, I think it
A
was.
Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, that's what.
I'm not
like,
moving to Calabasas.
Yeah.
I'm not moving to fucking the hills. I'm staying not too far from where
Bought
I'm
his
at.
sister, and also just like the points of keeping the roots. And you talking about houses. Cole bought the house that his mother lost and gave it
Yeah.
back to the community, giving women a chance to get
2014 Forest Hill Drive.
Yeah, so like all them type of things. And I feel like that's a piece. Those right now, those are the artists that are going to, those are the ones that you talking about people who are top 5.
They're going to end up top 5.
Those are the ones that we're gonna sit here and we're gonna talk about, not only because of their music, but because
But what they're
of,
doing outside of music. Let me ask you a question. I know this is off on like a tangent, but is that the greatest freshman class? Cole, Kendrick,
Yeah,
Sean,
Because
was it Mac Miller, Wiz?
I even stopped looking at the
Yeah,
freshman,
I don't look at that.
That right there was the greatest one. It was the best put together, most thought out. Everything else
I feel
since then I'm not really sure.
I feel the same way you feel. I just felt like Wale should have been on that cover with them because Wale was on the
Wale
one
was-
prior.
Before
He was on the
Who
year
on
prior.
his?
I can't remember who was on his. Let me Google it.
See, okay, here's the thing. The Wale convo, I can't. And with you saying that he was on the one before, it hurts me to see where,
What's happening to him?
yeah.
I feel like I honestly feel like he's being blackballed. Some way somehow. Like yes, he's done it to himself.
No, I feel like
But-
I feel like he needs to. I think he needs to take some time and find himself.
All right, so let me find out. I'm just gonna scroll through this. Let's see. All right, so Wale was on.
Shy, why do you have 3 phones?
Oh no, this is like my mom's old phone. Like I gave her an Android phone. Now she wants an iPhone. My
Boy, out here
iPhone 6 Plus.
popping iPhone Plus,
Nah,
6, 7.
nah.
He probably got the 8 in here somewhere.
So on the 2009 cover was Wale, B.O.B., Asher Roth, and Charles Hamilton. Where is 2 out of those 4? They only had 4
It
people on
was
that cover.
Wale, B.O.B., Asher Roth, who?
Asher Roth and Charles Hamilton. 2 out of those 4, where are they?
Dang, Asher, I used to like Asher Roth. But, yeah, but you see, what I'm saying is Wale was being given,
I'm sorry.
the stage.
Corey Guns, Blue, and Mickey Fax were also on that cover. With Ace Hood, Currency, Kid Cudi, and yeah, that was it.
Wale was being given the stage way before everybody.
Oh, wait, I was wrong.
What?
So 2010 was a year after, It featured Cole, Pill, Nipsey Hussle, Wiz Khalifa, OJ the Juice Man, Freddie Gibbs, Big Sean, J Rock, Fashawn, and Donson. I don't know who that is, but so you had Nipsey, Wiz, Cole, and Sean, the prominent ones of that group. With I don't want to leave J Rock out because J Rock was the first one out of TDE I actually knew before Kendrick because he had the song with Wayne, and that was in '09. I remember that song to the death. The year after that was Meek, Big Crit, Sci High, Lil Twist, Yellow Wolf, Fred the Godson, Mac Miller, YG, Lil B, Kendrick, and Diggy Simmons.
Diggy Simmons.
Diggy Simmons was on the freshman cover.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave that one there.
Yeah. He had a little run.
He did.
He had a little run. The little girls was after him.
And then puberty hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he started talking about we gonna fuck, and they're like, "Wait, Diggy, what are you doing? Hold up, wait a minute." But the Wale conversation, I get personal with it because I understand
Personal bias.
I wanna say
So Shy is Joe Budden, Wale, every angry black man.
no. I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert.
Socially awkward, angry at life in the world, all in
No one
one.
can always be happy.
So you gotta go ahead.
Take what the reason why I say that is because I understand the shit. Like the reason why I understand it and it's disrespectful to why Wale. I understand why Wale feels that kind of way. Was think about this: the album About Nothing came out. Well, let's go back. He released the Attention Deficit album, right? Album after that was Ambition. Attention Deficit didn't hit that well because they tried to push the Lady Gaga song, then they tried to push the Gucci Mane song after that, but it didn't really hit. He got dropped off of Rock Nation, got picked up by MMG. Took a couple years off. It was 2 years between Attention Deficit and Ambition. Drop Ambition, fire album. People forget between the album About Nothing and Ambition, he dropped Gifted, another fire album.
You thought Gifted was fire?
Gifted was a really good album.
See? All right, go ahead.
Go back and listen to that album. When was the last time you listened to Gifted?
When it came out, and
See?
it was like, but okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you have it.
And then the album About Nothing came out a couple years. I think it was a couple years later because he didn't drop. Because I think it was Ambition. Then 6 months later was Gifted, and then the album About Nothing.
I just want to know what happened. Like, I need you to understand.
All right, so
No. I need you to understand. Wale came out with Lady Gaga.
That wasn't him.
No, I know.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that
But that wasn't Gaga.
it wasn't Gaga, but it was that phase, and he could have ran with it, and it was Cudi, and it was everybody was co-signing for
Yeah.
the dude. Everybody was cheering him on.
But remember,
I'm
after
over here
that,
asking what happened. Like, I don't know what happened.
after that, it went up. Remember, after that, because the first album didn't sell. The second album sold 200,000. The third album, I think that the second album sold 250. The third album sold 220, and the album About Nothing sold about 200, 180 to 200. And then the reason why people stopped fucking with him was he couldn't take criticism.
Yeah.
But I understand the
That's
reason.
why I said I'm over here asking. Like, I don't.
And the reason why I feel him on the reason why he couldn't take criticism is because of this. Remember, he flipped out on Complex. Do you remember the reason why he flipped out on Complex? Mm-hmm. Complex labeled his album
One of the worst. Was it one of the worst?
no, it was they listed the top 50 albums of that year or something like that.
Wasn't it like two?
And he listed him below Juicy J. The album About Nothing was an amazing album. It talked about
No,
the
that
social.
one he was. I'm not gonna lie. That
He
one
was in his bag.
He was warranted though.
And that's when people started fucking with him. That's what it was. Because right after that, no one wanted to touch Wale. Wale's emotional. Wale bugs out. Wale does this. Wale does that. And it was like, we're gonna stay away from him. Remember, he hasn't dropped anything since that album. This album Shine is the only thing he's dropped. Well, he did drop
What was the mixtape?
2 mixtapes. He dropped the one with Clark Kent was Florin, and then he dropped Summer on Sunset.
I really like Someone Said.
I really like Summer on Sunset.
Someone Said was my shit.
Okay, and what they said was, people said this the last 4 songs of Summer on Sunset. If Drake sung them shits,
The
go.
last 4 songs of Summer and Sunset are the reason I listened to it. And actually, I'm going to listen to it on my way home.
What I'm saying is, the last 4 songs of Summer on Sunset, if Drake sung them shits, go. If Drake would have did Fine Girl, go. If Drake would have done the song with My Love, go. Nobody wants to touch Wale because they see Wale as the angry black man.
Do you think that he should have played the game for a little bit?
But here's my question: How long can you kiss ass for?
I mean,
How long? Because as an artist, you feel as though like, okay, I'm kissing ass for what reason? Why am I kissing ass? Mm-hmm. And it's like, if you're not going to push me, I'm going to give you what I need to give you. Because he's been saying for a while, like, okay, I'm going to do this album that I want to do. Shine was that album I want to do. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go according to the label. I'm not going to do all this. And
so let me ask you, you're digging this crossover African vibe thing? You don't think it's slightly convenient?
But he's been doing it for a while. If you go back to his mixtapes,
Which one?
he's been doing the Afro beats for
Which
a while.
one?
Mixtape About Nothing.
Which song?
I'm talking about, I can't remember. My memory is shit, Shell.
No, it's not about that. I'm just saying, like, this claim to...
He's been doing it
always, and I'm not saying that he's ever like shaded his African.
He's been on
side
African songs. Like there's been African. That's somebody pulled up an African song from 2010 that he's been on.
It's slightly convenient.
But let me ask you a question.
It's slightly convenient that Wizkid and Niger Boys is and Niger Boys is like a thing now.
No, but here's my thing. You're Indian. Mm-hmm. If you're an artist and you've touched on your culture and music, like you've brought in the Indian thing and then Drake drops a fucking song that has to do with Indian shit, and you've been doing it for a while, and it's going, you're like, what the fuck? All right, I'm gonna give y'all one then. It won't make you feel some kind of way, like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it too then? Since it's actually selling now? When I was doing it, nobody was buying it.
The whole Afro beats thing for me, though, I am Indian, I am Kenyan, but the whole...
She's exotic, fellas. She's foreign. You're going to have people on your Instagram, oh, she foreign?
Side note, y'all don't want these foreign kind of problems. So let's just take that out the window.
See, I told you she crazy, y'all.
Y'all don't want these foreign kind of problems. Yeah, that whole foreign... Talk to me when you got to deal with green card problems. I'm going to tell y'all the real right now. So that whole foreign...
Remember, Drake could get you through. It's an easy call.
Uh-huh. So I just want to talk on that because that's something that does bother me. Oh, foreign this, foreign that. Listen, when you got to do your I-9 paperwork and you got to show your green card, it's a problem, okay? But anyway,
Trump, if you happen to listen to this, she's here legally, Trump. It's fine. She's here legally.
But yeah, as somebody who that's like a part of my culture and that's stuff that I grew up on,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and just not only grew up culturally, but also like, you know, hood-wise and street-wise, you know, we're from Brooklyn, you know.
Yeah.
I have friends from other states that make fun and just don't understand why everybody from Brooklyn, why we have to play reggae or why we have to, you know what I mean?
Why we wear Brooklyn on our sleeve.
Yeah, and all that type of
Well, it's going to be old Brooklyn.
Yeah, and you know, like you grew up on Pasa Pasa videos and you,
Oh my
you know,
God.
like stuff like that.
Jesus Christ, Pasa Pasa video.
So, you know, that whole, the culture, the vibe, you know, when you've had that forever and then now it's cool, you know, it's cool to be African. It's cool to have Afro beats. It's cool to have the African features, you know, so on and so forth. You know, I go back and forth with people on Drake and also getting on the Afro beats, but I'm going to sit here and I'm going to defend Drake on the Afro beats because guess what? He's from Canada and a huge percentage of Canada is Africans, is island,
Jamaicans.
is Caribbean, you know, Caravana, which is now the cool thing to go to. Caravana has been going on for how long? And Drake strategically planned OVO weekend to be on
Caravana,
Caravana.
yep.
So I'm gonna sit here.
Because you're gonna be up here, you're gonna get that Caravana, and you're gonna get my
I'm
fucking
gonna
OVO
sit
Fest.
here and I'm gonna defend Drake and say no, it's not new, it's not a fad. That's something that he actually grew up in, and that's something that in the when he talks about his homeboys and when he throws his little island accent in there from his
Please don't do that
friends,
again, Drake. Please stop
when
it.
he throws it in there,
fucks with you, but
it's
stop
been
it.
there. But for the people who have who are African, by descent or whatever the case is, and they at some point now that it's cool, we're strategically being associated
Yeah.
with those people, and
But my thing is this: how can you fault Wale to be like, yo, I've been doing this for a minute, no one fucked with it, and now that it's cool, I'm gonna do it again.
No, I'm not gonna fault him at all. No, but I'm just saying, for those, you look at it. You look at it with a side eye. You look at it with your head slanted.
Why would you look at it as side eye? But if he's been doing it for years before Drake even did it,
I want to know where he did it before.
I'm gonna pull it up because someone tweeted it. It was like a video from 2010 that he was on Afrobeat with actual African. It was an actual African artist.
He's always claimed his culture, that's what's up. But musically, this Shine, for what Shine is. Shine has a lot of Afrobeat in it, which is cool, but I can't sit here and say I've always felt that he's given his Niger side the same respect.
I get what you're saying. Let me see. I found a video here. I'm gonna see what year was it from, so you won't think I'm bugging. This video is from. Damn it, that's somebody else's fucking shit. Hey, we try to find shit on Twitter and niggas start plugging their own shit with the shit you looking for.
Well, you do your homework and come back to me. Send it to me. Post it and tag me.
I'll post it and tag you.
On this part, okay, of the segment, so that way I'm gonna know what you talk about. But all I'm saying is, and this, I'm not only just talking about just Wale. I'm just saying that it's very strategic that now that part of music culture is a thing. It's on the rise. It's popping, and now everybody is, making sure that they get their piece of the pie.
Yeah. Let's see.
There's a lot. Side note, I'm gonna put it out there. There's a lot of Africans in the industry right now.
Oh yeah, they in there heavy.
Not right now, but just in general. Like I recently learned the other day Nipsey's African.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Nipsey's African. He's
I was about to say something stupid. I was gonna say he looked black. Nipsey looks black.
He's I think Eritrean. I forget.
French.
Don't quote me.
Moroccan.
Yeah.
French look Puerto Rican. I don't care what nobody tell me. French look Puerto Rican.
Dominican.
It's funny because I have a dude that I used to work with at on 34th Street, and he looks like a fat version of French. And like no, legit, like he looks like a fat version of French. All right, so we're gonna be wrapping this up soon. I'm gonna interject one topic after we talk about this one, and then we're gonna get into the final topic. Albums you're looking forward to this year or in the near future.
Let's see. That's kind of tough. Okay, let me say this. It won't really be. I won't say albums.
Okay.
But I will say projects.
All right. Let's use the word projects. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this Pharrell versus
Swiss beat battle.
Yes.
We could touch on that next week.
So I'm looking forward to that. I am looking forward to I'm slightly.
Well, it's Pharrell versus Timbaland, not Swiss.
Yeah, it's Timbaland. But I think it's gonna grow into like a whole beat battle thing. I am looking forward to. I can't say really looking forward to, but I'm interested to see where Kanye is. I want to know.
He's on my list as well because I appreciate one thing with Kanye. When Kanye secludes himself.
Yeah, it means.
And he gets Pusha T in there.
The other day he was with the Migos.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
I try to shelter myself from certain things.
Yeah.
So like, I appreciate when he goes away and he calls Pusha T in to start writing.
And he was with Cudi the other day too.
They think Cudi and him have a secret project coming up, but we could talk about that next week.
Hit this what are you doing the thing with Drake? Are you not doing the thing
Yeah.
with Drake?
Well, he's not on title no more, so
Yeah, so like that whole mix. With Kanye, I wanna. It's always a thing of. I just want to kind of get a feel
of what you're doing.
where you are.
You want another Good Friday.
Yeah.
You want Good Fridays to come back. Everybody wants Good Fridays to come back.
I don't think we'll ever get that back.
Hell no.
I think if we did get it back, it won't be the same.
It would be the same. It was organic.
Yeah.
It was like, you still don't see me.
It was a different time.
Yeah, you still don't see me, but you're gonna get all these fucking songs.
Yeah.
For me, I'm gonna go Pusha T. I'm waiting for King Push. The fucking posters on my wall. The My Name Is My Name.
It's here, y'all.
I'm waiting for M. M has a project on the way, which 2 Chainz is featured on. That will be very interesting to see because, again, as we said before, Chainz steps his bars up when he has to step up with people that he has to rap with. And when M is angry and random, there's no one out rapping M.
See, I'm not an M fan. It's too angry.
We're going to touch on that next week. We're going
we're going to touch on
We'll
that.
touch next week.
It's a bit much for me.
The final album I'm looking forward to, I said Push, I said M.
I know Beyonce got something going on.
I think Beyonce and Jay has something.
No, I think Beyonce right now, and it's the two of them are so strategic, and I was really amused. I've never seen Jay on social media so much, getting on helicopters, being spotted out, and it's always it's strategic
Yeah.
to Made in America. It's always around. It's Made in America. You know, he's headlining this year
Yeah, he just performed at
in Europe.
Oh, and the last thing I'm waiting for, my wife.
Rihanna.
I'm waiting for a Rihanna album because
meat and potato shawty.
I'm waiting for that one. Miss Robin Fenty, I'm waiting for that album. Cause so I'm gonna touch on this real quick. At work, me and my coworkers, we did this. We went through every one of Rihanna's hits. It took us almost 9 hours to get through everything.
Damn.
Just the hits, not the albums. The hits, 9 hours. And we just kept naming stuff, and we still missed shit. And we're like, she's bigger than Beyonce in terms of hits. Like, Beyonce does not have as many hits with Destiny Child and Solo.
Right. Yeah,
she does not have as many hits because it's like, again, Rihanna has that Drake. We have the Midas touch. Whatever I say, it goes. And like, yes, Beyonce.
You know, Rihanna's a product of Kanye, right?
Yeah.
I remember that year too.
It was like it's crazy because she had that turn that Kanye did. That My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and then Anti.
And that's what I'm saying. It was Rihanna was performing at the MTV Music Awards. I forget what year it is. But I remember the set. It was the set where her dress was the set.
Okay.
And she was at the top, and the whole set, she was at the top of her dress. And then that's when she went the rock star phase. It was his idea.
Anti.
Yes, he had he saw.
I plays no games with Rihanna.
Yeah, he got to see something, or he was in some meeting. Don't quote me on the story, but he got to get, and he just said, "No, let's take her dark."
Yeah,
and he said, that's when she cut the hair, all that type of stuff. And I remember her dress opened up, and she walked down the stairs, and like she literally walked downstairs of her dress. And that was like when she went dark, and that was Umbrella and all that type of stuff.
Whoever is responsible, that's Good Girl Gone Bad, not Anti.
That was
it's Good Girl Gone Bad.
That was yeah.
Whoever is responsible for red hair Rihanna, I love you. But yeah, like she's somebody that I touch something and it goes. She touched Puma, 246% increase in sales. I want to touch on this because my basketball head's going to get mad at me. The Kyrie and Isaiah Thomas trade. I think it's better for the Cavs because if they're getting a defensive player that shoots threes, you have Isaiah Thomas that's averaging 29 points a game, basically. So you're having him and LeBron rush the floor, and you're going to get a fucking monster on as LeBron having to prove a point again. Yeah, just it's a best thing for that.
How do you feel about the way Kyrie did it, though?
I again, each his own. I don't knock him for it. I
You
just don't
feel
like the
he
fact.
you don't feel like he was whining a little bit?
So yeah, I do, but I think like your reasoning behind it was like like you want to be the man of the team. You forget you was the man of the team when LeBron was gone and y'all lost 215 games in that span. Do you not forget that? Like, I understand you were young, but you were the face of the team. That was your team. No one else. You were the guy. Give Kyrie the ball. 215 losses in, I want to say, four seasons? There's fucking 82 games per season. That means you lost a total of, what, 70 games per, no, roughly about 60 games per year? I can't trust you. Because you're going to dribble the fucking ball, the air out the ball. But that's neither here nor there.
It's definitely going to be an interesting season.
Yeah, because they open up the season against Cleveland. So we're gonna touch base on this last one. These Caucasian terrorists. I don't call them white anymore. They're fucking Caucasians. I get angry because I actually had an instance today with a Caucasian person in a car that almost hit me and told me to get the fuck out the street. And I literally almost walked back to his car because he stopped his car in the middle of the street. Like, so I'm walking up Utica Avenue and the bus is stopped at the light. And because the bus takes up the whole lane of the street, you can't get around it. This Caucasian asshole wants to drive around the bus onto oncoming traffic where I'm walking and get mad that I stopped his progress. You fucking asshole. You're on the wrong side of the street for one. Two, you stop like 10 feet up ahead of me after I walked by and tell me to get the fuck out the street and I'm a fucking asshole. I turn around about to walk towards the car and a customer stopped me and said, yo, you got your work shirt on. And that's the only thing that stopped me. That's legit the only thing that stopped me. Because if I didn't have my work shirt on, this dude was going to...
the company.
And...
Side note, I just want everybody on this particular topic, if you haven't already watched it, I would highly, highly recommend to watch the Vice documentary on what happened in Charlottesville.
They dropped one?
It's 20 minutes.
YouTube?
It is, I believe it's on YouTube or on their website. It is very eye-opening. It's crazy because Vice was there from beginning to end.
Really?
Vice already knew what was going on.
Yeah.
They were
prepared.
in the van with that. They were like, Vice was with them.
Wow.
Yeah. I forget her name. The reporter did an awesome job. She really, you could tell throughout the thing, she's really fighting her own views to get the story out.
Yeah.
But if you just want to kind of get a deeper idea, understanding, like, because, social media, everybody gets their news from social media, whether it's correct or incorrect. So on this particular topic, I'd highly recommend, please go watch the Vice documentary. It's 20 minutes out your life, form your own opinion, feel how you really want to feel about it and take it from there. But
yeah, with me and this whole Caucasian terrorist, like, I'm not calling you white nationalist because you're not a fucking nationalist. You're a fucking terrorist. That's what the fuck you are. And it's just sickening to me. Like, there's people like that still live in this world. And it's funny to me because someone said this earlier. I was watching this YouTube channel called ETC, these white guys, and they said, you fucks realize that your parents fought against the Nazis, right? Your grandparents fought against the Nazis, and you're fucking supporting them. Mm-hmm. Like, do you understand how dumb you fucking look, you Caucasian cock? Like, your great-grandparents fought in World War II, so you won't have to fucking worry about these fucking Nazis trying to fucking take over the world, and you're supporting them because you're a white purist. You didn't fucking have this country. This country wasn't yours. You fucking stole it for $24 fucking dollars. You stole, excuse me, New York, Manhattan. You did. You stole for fucking $24, and you fucking massacred everyone else. Mm-hmm. So you're fucking scared. Like, the Haitian Revolution is like one of the greatest things ever, and they fucking killed every fucking Caucasian person. I'm sorry for my language, but this makes me upset. Like, they killed every Caucasian person that infiltrated that island, diminished every European flag and everything they had up there. And granted, they're suffering for it now. That a bunch of shit happens to Haiti, but they're liberated. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not telling the Haitian a fucking thing. And we as a people, minorities, I'm not just talking about African Americans, because these fucking Caucasians don't care about what color you are. As long as you're not a purist, quote unquote, a pure white bread, like, you're not one of them. And to think that in 2017 we're still dealing with marches of Caucasian people with out their hood now, because they say fuck the hood, I'm gonna just go full on and you're gonna see my face and I'm gonna fuck you up. And I really legit want the next KKK rally or Caucasian get together rallies, all you gang members that kill each other in the hood, come together.
Yeah.
Come together, because you know they're not rallying not too far from where you are.
Not even a little bit.
And there's a gang everywhere.
I need the South to step it up, man.
The South is stepping up.
I feel like it's always, these things are always conveniently planned in locations in the South where, like, you never see these things go down in New York, New Jersey, DC, Baltimore.
You know why?
You never see,
because niggas will get their fucking shit punched in.
But that's what I'm saying. They're strategic, and that's why I said I need the South to step it up. I need them to, like, I'll tell y'all, I lived in the South for a little bit over a year, and someone who is from, and you know, like they would say up top, it's a different experience, especially being quote unquote African American. It's normal for them. It's a way of life. Like, there's many instances where I was there, and I'm like, did they just speak to you that way? Like, is that, and it's normal. That's just the way things work.
That shit is not normal. I don't care what no one tells you.
I really do need, the South needs to step it up.
At the end of the day, I don't condone violence, but if someone tells you that you're less than them because they don't have pigmentation, remember, you're supposed to have melanin in your skin tone. Mm-hmm. You were born with melanin in your skin tone. Caucasian skin color is the absence of melanin. You're an alien. And if someone tries to alienate you because of your skin color, I'm not telling you to punch them in the shit, but punch them in their fucking shit. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to learn until you fight back. Mm-hmm. And they're going to, like the dude that got beat the fuck out of in Charlottesville, and they ended up doing a GoFundMe and they raised like somewhere like $100,000 for him. They beat the fuck out of this dude where he couldn't almost walk. Like, and I take that shit personally because I've dealt with an issue. Like, I've had my jaw broken. I've gotten jumped by other African American people that broke my jaw, shattered my eye, my orbital bone, broke my nose, fucked me up, and place that energy in the right place. Take that same energy where you're beating the fuck out of people in your own community and beat the right people up. I'm not saying all Caucasian people are bad. That's not what I'm saying here. But at the end of the day, if someone is exhibiting the disrespect and the blatant disregard for your life and your family life and your kids and your friends, and even if you're Caucasian yourself and you have people of minority descent that's your friends, like your real friends. I don't mean I take pictures with black people because I want people to see that I have black friends. I mean people that you really fuck with on a day-to-day basis. Say something. Because black people, minorities, we can only stop racism so far. The people that can really stop racism is Caucasians. Because you guys are ones that implementing this shit. You're implementing supremacy. You're implementing Caucasian supremacy. We the ones that we can only fight so much. So if someone's not on the other end of that stick pulling us as we're pushing, we're not going to get nowhere. So if you're not fighting the good fight to better the culture, not the culture, the community, and better just the life of everyone, you're just as bad as them if you're just sitting by and watching. And I hate. I'm future podcasts. I'm trying not to touch on like fucked up shit like this, but like I know people on my social media take offense to me saying Caucasians and things like that. But at the end of the day,
People take offense to the word Caucasian.
I don't know. They rather be called white. But
I think, if anything, I actually think Caucasian is a little bit more politically correct. No?
I mean, white supremacy.
Oh.
So they'd rather be called
gotcha.
white. You're Caucasian to me. If we're African American, I'm not a color. Don't call me black. I'm actually Hispanic with West Indian descent. So technically, I'm not even really black, but I'm of the culture. So I identify myself as what I grew up with, what I grew up with on a day-to-day basis, and that's with African Americans. And at the end of the day, I refuse to let somebody like when that dude called me a fucking asshole. Like I said, I was ready to run back to his car and punch him in his fucking shit, and I didn't do it because that guy standing in front of my store was like, "Yo, you got your work shirt on. Don't do it."
Very true.
And if you're not willing to step out of your box and fight what you believe in, you're just as bad as everyone else. You can't have a voice on social media and stand by while this shit goes on. It's cool to say that I don't condone this shit and on social media, but when someone asks you, yo, hey, you want to come out and show support and do this, you're like, not gonna look right on me. And this goes for minorities and Caucasians.
I agree with you.
If someone asks, even if you see something and you don't believe in it, say something like at that moment. And like, yo, you gotta chill. Don't do that shit. Like,
I definitely agree. And I mean, to touch on that, I could simply put on a Martin Luther King quote where he says, "In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Only in the darkness can you see the stars." So you gotta keep that in mind.
yeah, because again, I think the people that's not vocal are worse than the people that are opposing you. Because the people that's not vocal are standing by watching it happen and not saying anything and allowing it to happen.
Definitely agree.
So with that being said, we're going to conclude episode 1 of the podcast. I know for our first episode, it's probably long. I'm going to have a bitch of editing this because it's probably like 3 hours long. But Shell, you want to plug your Instagram, your Twitter, what you got going on right now?
I would love to. So as I mentioned, my name is Shal, short for Michelle, but on Instagram you can find me at Kicks and Tricks. Okay. And also on Twitter, the same thing. I've been very inactive on Twitter.
Yeah, she's going to fix that.
But I'm going to get back on it. So same thing, Kicks and Tricks on Twitter. Feel free, tag me on things that you want to talk about. Tag me on things that you find funny. All that good stuff. Send me feedback. Let me know how it is that you're feeling. Tell me how your day is going. So I'm looking forward to hearing from y'all. I'm looking forward to talking to Shy a little bit more.
Yes.
All right.
You guys know where to find me. Solord, SOLELORD_. I did change it now, so I have everything all in the same vein of the Solord for the YouTube channel. Yeah. So next week, are we going to Chains or?
We're going to Chains.
All right. So the next episode will be recorded and hopefully released on Thursday. So it won't be released at midnight on Thursday. I actually have to get this episode up in about 30 minutes or so. So we're going to 2 Chains on Wednesday at Terminal 5. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. My man broke
It's gonna be a good time.
My man broke his leg and he's performing in a wheelchair the whole time.
wheelchair.
I have to respect that.
With some really, really fine nurses wheeling him out.
So yeah, so next week's episode will be recorded on Thursday, and yeah, thank you for listening for the first podcast. I know it's about 3 hours long, but we're gonna try to condense it down and keep it on less of a tangent next time, or maybe not. It is the Attention Deficit Podcast. Thank you for listening, Shell. I appreciate you. We're out.
We're out. Have a good night, y'all.